Hello and welcome to Preecaaap UFC Houston Strickland versus Hernandez. Oh, this is going to be a good one, guys. For a fight night, this is actually there's some tough picking spots here. I'll tell you what right now, my picks and my bets are not going to be the same in these. Some of these are, I'm going for value. I'm doing a gamble. Nothing's. I do have a couple confident picks, but yeah, this is a tricky card. Did you guys? I didn't get to see any of the face-offs. None of that. I did see that Phil Rowe came in heavy, so I don't know if that fight's going to still happen or what. But I did see
It was kind of weird.
Uh,
I watched the playback of the actual weigh-ins from this morning to see if they made weight, and he was last to the scale. He looked like he was glistening, so he looked like he was trying, and it didn't say his weight. It like cut off at the end. The video that I pulled up, I think it was like Mac Life or something. Maybe it was official UFC one, but I don't know how much he weighed in overweight. I'd like to find out.
according to Tapology, is like 70 or 272 or something. And he's supposed to be 170, but I'm not 100%. But anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing the face-offs because I didn't watch any. I had a long day on a Friday and had to. Yeah, I don't want to get into details, but anywho, here we are now, ready to start this card. Oh, what you know what? What was the t-shirt bets last week, and who won them? Because I didn't grab my sheets downstairs on my Spank Bank computer. That's what Kiwi calls it anyway. So I'm on my home office computer because I have the better Wi-Fi up here. So do you guys remember
as good
the
as
t-shirt
mine.
bets? I think Dave had a t-shirt bet against you and one against me. But
I hope you took Mark Barrio. I hope that was the one.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it. It was a couple weeks ago.
Mr. Lynch, Gerald, how are you? Who's Dave's underdog rant this week? Oh, I don't know. We'll get to it though. I'm sure. Okay, so you guys ready to get into this thing? Dave, you have all the stuff set up? Because I'm going to drop this picture of our main event here, and then let you take over the screen. You ready?
No.
Or you tell me when you're ready. Just pull up, the face-offs, the Tapology, and some odds. I do have my odds if you want me to share those from DraftKings, and I wrote them down though. Deep insider. Let's cook. All right. Hi, Nora. What? You want a sip of that Red Bull? What time is it? You can have one sip late. You'll be up all night. All right, now get out. Get out. What's up with the shampoo on the stairs? Oh. All right, beat it. All right, so you ready now, Dave?
I might have. Why can I not do this? There we go.
Ready now? There's like 6 people waiting on you, Dave. That's all. No biggie. All right, there we go. Thank you. So, the curtain jerker to this card is Juliana Miller and Carly Judice. Crispy Carly and Juliana Miller, Killer Miller. Carly Judice is the biggest favorite on the card at minus 850. I just wrote down these odds before I started this show, and that's from DraftKings. Earlier in the week I did see her at like 800. So earlier in the week. What are you playing back?
All right, you got it.
Stop that shit. All right, so earlier in the week she was like hovering around 800. So money she's been throwing in parlays and stuff because now it's minus 850. Ridiculous. If anything, on this thing, Carly Judy should win, but there's no way I'm going to bet her at minus 850, a female curtain jerker for 125 pounds. If anything, I would put a scratch off on Killer Miller. But I don't. That's this one, not my pick and my bet. I'm not betting this at all. But if I was to bet, it'd be on Miller, and that is not my pick. I think Carly Giudice is going to win, and she's going to probably win dominantly. If maybe you should take her at minus 3.5. That on DraftKings minus 3.5 is minus 350. Still not worth it. But yeah, Carly Giudice should win this hands down. Because Juliana Miller has nothing better for her. Carly Giudice is going to outstrike her. I'm sure the volume's on her side, and I think she's probably better grappler. I don't know what Juliana Miller does well, to be honest with you. She looks like the weather girl in my local news. But you know what? Coincidentally, the girl in the local news, her name is Juliana Bruno. Looks just like her too, except Juliana Bruno is probably like 150 pounds, not $125. So anyway, let's see what they look like in the face-offs. I'd love to go on Miller, but Carly Giudice is probably going to pick her apart with the volume. Miller's tough. That's what she is. She's durable, but she's going to get out volume, smacked around a lot. Right? Piece of shit. RFP.
Yeah, you okay, hold on. Let's just back up 2 steps, you know what I mean? Let's take the lens and let's widen it a bit. And we're looking at Juliana Miller. She's got some accolades to her name, one of those being that she's the Tough 30 season 30 winner. Okay, she did that with some grit. She has excellent grappling. She got jiu-jitsu. I believe she trains at with 10th Planet. Eddie Bravo's the main guy of that organization. And, she has a little bit of experience. They're about the same when it comes to experience. And on the other side, you have Carly Giudice. And if I'm not mistaken, and then Juliana Miller, she had, she's had in one of her fights, 9 minutes of control time. I'm sorry, guys. I keep getting the text messages. Let me put it on.
I think it's Dave, because I'm getting them too.
Okay.
And look at his smirk.
What's going on, Dave? You look like you're up to something.
Nope.
Evil.
Yeah.
You got a look in your eye. It's Canadian. No, I'm just joking.
He's going to bail out on us because his neighbor's coming over. He's letting us know now. So,
well,
anyhow.
Giudice has been taken down, I want to say, in almost every fight. And Juliana Miller's had, in that octagon, in one fight, almost 10 minutes of control time. And you're looking at a plus 580 favorite. I mean, is this a spot to do a scratch off? I don't know. I just like the way that Carly Giudice looks. I think that's a big deal when it comes to women's MMA. I think she's just going to be stronger. I'm going to say she's going to be, she's going to have way more volume. So, her takedown defense.
Juliana Miller's got the cum catcher eyebrows.
Yeah.
Not in there, but in the face-offs, you saw that, right?
This is the first, it would be sick if I had Giudice as an anchor in 10 lineups and somehow Miller just, pulls it off with just control time. I'm staying away from it for like that reason. I'm not even going to do a scratch off. It's the first fight on the card. Let this one just kind of be like a matador with this one, and just put that red flag on this one and get out the way. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick Giudice and Tapology, of course. But, I just kind of wanted to give you guys something to think about. Maybe you got somebody you're a junkie for the dog pick, like I said, she could win with control time.
Yeah, I was forced to take her into a lineup for DraftKings because she was the cheapest fighter on the selection, $500. Dave, what you got?
Carly Giudice all day long. The volume is going to dictate the fight. Yes, Juliana Miller has better ground game. But Carly Giudice also comes up with 77% ground defense or takedown defense, and I just don't like the opponents Miller's fought recently, especially her last win. Not too impressed with it. So yeah, I'm going with the crowd.
We got a Petrovic. Who else she
If
beat?
you like her, she's at minus 800.
Rogan Walker.
Not getting much out of it.
Nope. All right. Moving on. Next we have another wide favorite. This is the second biggest favorite on the card. How convenient. We got Yadier Yadier Del Valle taking on Jordan Levitt. Leave it, Levitt. But anyway, Devalier, he's the one that took on the cheater, the gambling guy, Isaac Delgarian, right? Is that who it was? And yeah, let me get this. But he's really still Isaac Delgarian. That was, you haven't heard shit from Delgarian since, right? So that was, you got to kind of throw that fight out. He did have his debut against Connor Matthews where he submitted him rear naked choke. And before that, he was contender series. Just nothing really jumping out at me with this guy. I mean, his last fight, Isaac Delgarian threw it. He come out, he admitted, right? But Jordan Levitt, on the other hand, Monkey King's been around, and he got plus, what has he got? Plus 320 on DraftKings. Look, you got to win a choke against Kirk Halabaugh. Got grappling competition in there. He lost it, whatever. Chase Hooper's a genius with grappling, so give him that. He beat Victor Martinez with knees and punches. How in the world did that happen? I remember he lost to Patty Pimblett, whatever. See, he got some good. This Trey Ogden, that's a good win, Trey Ogden. Matt Sales is shit. Claudio Puelas beat him. Matt Wyman. I mean, dude, I'm going to go with Jordan. I know Del Valle is undefeated, heavy favorite, but it's only 1 year difference. Let's see what they look like in facing off. But I think they're pretty much not face to face. They're, there's no Del Valle looks physically more because Jordan Levitt's always had that dad bod. But actually, he's starting to. What is that haircut? It's got like a skullet thing going on. I love it. I love that for him. That's great. I'm going on the big underdog plus 300, and I did put him. I took him at plus. Wow, it's plus 7.5 points at plus 140. All he's got to do is not get finished. If he does not get finished, yeah, he can squeeze out a victory for me there. I like it. I'll put my Ranj right by his beautiful face, his beautiful mug and haircut. Real Fight Picks, piece of shit. What are you gonna do? Look at that. Oh, I hope I see him twerking. I hope I see him twerking tomorrow after submitting Del Valle, fraud checking guy. I mean, I have nothing against Del Valle, the Cuban problem. Cubans are fierce. They're good fighters, but look at that eyebrow on Jordan Levitt in that picture. How can you? Yeah. Let's go, Monkey King. What are you thinking? Real Fight Picks.
Fucking unbelievable, bro. I mean,
huh? Amazing.
I think
amazing.
I've been a fan of the show. I was a fan of the show a year before I even came on as a guest co-host. And I don't want to, call you any names or anything like that. But picking Jordan Levitt in this spot, let's just take it down a notch. It's a little bit.
There's a line
early
on
in the card to get crazy like this. I want to bring some sensibility to the show at the moment and just give you the sensible pick. Let's 10-0. Are you think they're setting up Jordan Levitt?
Give me one guy that Jordan Levitt that this Yadier Del Valle beat.
Talk about a layup. I want to say, I could be wrong, chat. If somebody wants to fact check, I want to say Yadier is like the hometown guy that he now.
He is. He's out of Gracie Barra, Houston.
My God.
That's you know whose that is? That's a great. What's his? Alex Morono's place, Gracie Bar in
Okay,
Houston.
so Yadier Del Valle, he grew up, or he grew up. He was born in Cuba. First of all, that's a market that I'm pretty sure, even though I don't know all the rules with tariffs and how we trade, or if we trade with them, but or what, but that's a whole nother, who do we have? Yoel Ramiro. He was able to
Yeah,
bring
but
some
Yoel
ice to
Romero
there.
was made in a lab. He's
Yeah.
fake. He was made in a test tube.
So at 3 years old, they put, because he had older brothers, they put Del Valle in judo, and he's been training in judo ever since. Then at
Yeah,
a real young age, as a kid, they moved to Mexico.
it's Cuba. They don't have milk there. They don't have vegetables. You don't have proper protein to grow your children properly. And then you're gonna take them to
But
Mexico? That's even worse.
they got cigars. You know what I'm saying?
Astro. Baseball. They produce good baseball players.
And boxers. So listen, when he was a kid, he moved to Mexico. He got into jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai at the same time. And at like a year ago, he was in his 10 years of training. And he's been training with Gracie's, with the real relatives of the closer to the Hoist Gracie.
Kron? Is he training with Kron? Who gives a fuck?
And so
I'm just fucking.
I think he's the better striker. Now you got Jordan Levitt on the other hand, and here's my problem with Jordan Levitt is I think out of the two, he's the fraud. I mean, look at this, bro. Come on, he's a plus 300
But how
favorite.
did he beat Trey Ogden and Kurt Hollabaugh and?
Excuse me, I'll tell you about Trey Ogden. Trey Ogden also, isn't a pretty striker. I think Del Valle is too well-rounded. I mean, it's the odds. I just wanted to bring some credibility back and tell you guys, he's the more well-rounded person. He's 10-0. There's no way the UFC is just trying to get rid of this hot one and only prospect from Cuba. There's a million Jordan Levitts out there. His striking is awkward. He has weird kicks that will work like 2 times, and then a fighter like Del Valle is going to figure him out. Look what he did to Delgarian, who's an excellent wrestler, and he just tore him apart, cut through him like butter, and rear naked choked him. Give me Del Valle, please.
Yeah, Delgarian wanted that to happen. Did you hear what I said? Delgarian threw the fight. Did that just not compute in your head? Delgarian threw the fight. All right.
Del Valle by sub. Del Valle by sub plus 250, I think it is.
I hope it does go to the ground, because that's where Jordan Levitt can win. He sucks as a puncher, but on the ground he's black belt, and that's where he's going to start twerking and hope he humps
and that's
his face.
the thing, don't you? I wish Levitt twerked before the fights, because I'm not going to get to see it.
Dave,
I'm going to jump on the bandwagon, man. I'm going to say that Jordan Levitt, Vanderbilt was like Jordan Levitt a couple years ago. The only thing I don't like about this fight is that Jordan Levitt is going down a weight class. He usually fights at 155, and now he's fighting at 145. But looking at those weigh-ins, he looks really good, which tells me that if he had no problems making that weight cut, he's going to come in much heavier than Vanderbilt. So kind of a good thing, kind of a bad thing, but he will have the size advantage, I believe, when it comes to fight night. I'm going to jump on the bandwagon here on Ranj's bandwagon.
There you go.
Yes,
Plenty
Ranj
room
goes
on
to
it.
Vanderbilt. But on the ground, man, way more experience. If I go through his opponents as well, I like his win against. I like his losses. Let me put it that way. His losses have been against decent guys. His wins have been against decent guys as well. I don't like the repertoire that Vanderbilt has. I don't think he's proven yet. So let's see what happens. I'm not betting. There's no way I could ever put minus 450 on Yadier Del Valle, but I'll happily put plus 350 on Jordan Levitt. Happily.
Absolutely. Sweet. Moving on up the card.
Jean
Next
Paul.
we have
I'm picking Jean Paul. I'm picking Piranha Soriano, Jocelyn Edwards, Alden Correa. I am picking Ode Osborne.
That's it. He's starting. He's gonna leave, guys. Let me get the face-offs up. Fucking guy, unreal.
I'm going on a couple dogs here. Ode's my dog. Chidi's my dog. I will stick with Michelle Pereira as well. Jacoby Smith. Sergey Spivak, another dog.
Well, before you go, Dave, real quick again, go through. I did. So you got Jean Paul. Who else? Punahele.
Yeah, Jean Paul, Soriano.
Cornhole.
No, I'm going
I'm just
Jocelyn
kidding.
Edwards.
I'm just kidding. Korea. Ode Osborne.
Ode Osborne, yeah.
Chidi.
Chidi Bang Bang.
Michelle Pajeda.
Yep. Jacoby Smith.
What?
Jacoby Smith.
Yep.
Sergey Spivak.
Gay. Sergey. Yep.
Sergey. Yes. Dan Ige.
Okay.
Fuck you, Costa. I've lost too much money on you before.
Who else?
Fuck you, Jeff Neal. I'm going with the medic.
Okay. And
finally, Anthony. Sorry, Strickland.
All
You're
right.
done.
All right. See you later.
Thanks, kids. Have a good night. Good luck. I'll come back.
Always. Yeah, right. Doesn't take that long to get a hand job. Okay, let me pull these up. Fucking guy. Unreal. All right, where'd we leave off? We'll still break these down. Fuck him. So okay, Jean Paul Levasnoyani. Levasnoyani is taking on our boy Phil Rowe. Phil Rowe came in heavy. That's right, correct? Man, these are flying through on MMA Junkie. So let's see. Next we have, and here it is. Okay. So make this big, full screen, share screen, and share. Here we go. What's up, MMA Jesus? How are you? So Dan Ige is the 365 plan of the week. Maybe, man, maybe. He's plus 190. We'll get there. But right now, Kiwi, welcome anyway. Sure. We're been waiting, get tired. All right. So we already talked about the fantastic fight between Carly Judice and Killer Miller. We talked about Jordan Levitt, Yadir Davalle. Now we're on Jean Paul, motherfucker, Lobos Noyani is taking on Phil Rowe. Phil Rowe did come in heavy today. As you can see, here's the face-offs. We'll get a look at them quickly. Phil Rowe is a larger dude. Look at the reach and height on that guy. On Phil Rowe. Look at the R. Look at the R on his chest. Tell me that's not a blinging necklace. I'm taking him just because of the necklace. All jokes aside, though, I am taking Phil Rowe plus 180. And for the same, let me pull up him. Tapology somewhere. All right. See, Dave's got one job. He can't even do that. Yep. Tapology. And I don't got time for stats and shit. So I'm not going through stats like Dave would, could, but would rather get a hand job from his neighbor. Okay. So Tapology. She share this screen instead. Okay. Where we at? Right here. Jean-Paul Lobos Noyani. So as you can see, he's coming off his Contender Series knockout of Jack Congdon. Before that, LFA guy going against not bums, but nothing crazy. Look at Phil Rowe. This is going against crazy. Let's check out his resume. Look at this guy. All right, Phil Rowe. Was he 11-6? It's a respectable UFC pro record. Okay, I know he's got his a lot of reds in here, but look, a lot of these are grappling too. Okay, so he lost against Seok Kyung Ko, who was supposed to be on this fight card, dropped out for some reason. He knocked out Angelusa, had a grappling fight. He lost to Jake Matthews. He lost to Neil Magny. Okay. Knocked out Nico Price. Knocked out Jason Witt. Grappling, custom rules. Gordon Ryan, too. Okay, good. Knocked out Orion Koski. Then grappling. Lost to Gabe Green. Knocked out Leon Shabazian. Choked. And then after this, it's after Leon Shabazian, it's all crap. It's like island fights or whatever. But this string of UFC victories and losses are pretty decent. Orion Koski, Nico Price. Orion Koski happens to be the better of the two Koski brothers, by the way. Nico Price, you guys know him. Angelusa. Dude, I have to take the experience and the reach and height and reach advantage of my boy Phil Rowe at plus 180. I can't not do that. So yeah, it shouldn't take that long for him, but we'll see. So as we look through this real fight picks, give us your breakdown.
Oops. Yeah, guys. So unbelievable, tonight. Just really disregarding the most important facts of each fight. You got Gene Paul, whose dad, I don't remember his name, but he was the main training partner for Royce Gracie. Gene Paul, who's been training in jiu-jitsu since he was 3 years old, world champion by 10 years old. Are you kidding me? Going against Phil Rowe, almost like a wannabe, doesn't work hard in the cage at all. What do they say? I was watching Uncle Weezy, and everybody in the chat was saying obligatory wager on Phil Rowe round 3. And honestly, that's what I picked. I got Phil Rowe in this fight. I got him winning in round 3 by KO, maybe even sooner because of the size difference. It's a little bit ridiculous. I think Phil Rowe is going to see it. He's not going to feel any kind of threat at all. However, he has been taken down a lot. I don't think his takedown defense is stellar. We don't have to pull up the stats. I can almost guarantee you that. And he is very low volume, but he does have the size advantage. Here's the thing with Gene Paul. He's an incredible talent. Maybe he belongs in the UFC part where they just do jiu-jitsu, because he does good jiu-jitsu when the other person's just doing jiu-jitsu and probably with the gis and all that stuff. And Phil Rowe's an MMA fighter.
People don't know. Phil Rowe's a pretty high decorated black belt. You saw he's going in like special rules against Gordon Ryan, the best jiu-jitsu practitioner in the world.
But I see a lot of red, in that grappling.
That's against the top cream of the crop.
Yeah, grappling. But I'm picking him to win this fight because I feel like the jiu-jitsu is going to favor Phil Rowe here because it's an MMA fight. Gene Paul's going to be getting punched in the face, and he's not going to, he's not used to that game. And yeah, he got a knockout his last fight against who?
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, so I'm with you, Ranj. The tone is like I feel like we're arguing, but we're on the same side here. And Phil Rowe definitely, and it's an underdog spot.
Yes, it is plus money. Dave's taking
and the other guy, right? Look, one more thing. He's 9-2 with 2 knockouts already. I don't like that. I fade that every time. And you got Phil Rowe with 7 knockouts. I think 4 of them in the UFC against guys way bigger than fucking John Paul. So, yep.
All right. Moving on. Next, we have Ramiz Brahimaj, 13-5, taking on 12-4 Punahele Soriano. And here's the watch the face-offs after. Look at that necklace. I love it. I love Phil Rowe's necklace. That's right, Phil Rowe. All right, so got Buttercup hat. That's Ramiz Brahimaj. And what's Punahele's nickname? Is like what is it? Puna. But he is Punahele Soriano was a Hawaiian state wrestling champ when he was in high school, so he does know how to grapple. Ramiz Brahimaj, though, he's going to be the home team because he's training out of Dallas, Texas. Well, not home team. This is in Houston, but still, Travis Luter, BJJ, is from Texas, where Punahele is out of Extreme Couture, which is Vegas, right? They're same age, 33 for both of them. As you can see in the face-offs, it looks like Punahele's got a little bit of height. Tapology says 1 inch, but it seems like a little bit more than that. Man, look at that crazy hat. That looks like a head condom, kind of, right? Would you wear that? I could never wear that hat. What is that? What's that about? It's like a bowl. I tip it over, fill it with cereal. All right.
It's like a salad bowl.
Okay. Both smoking crack. Y'all smoking crack. Roe is absolute shite. Yeah. Well, I don't know what Lebos Noyani, if he's shite or not. Cocoa Bombs. That's Coconut Bombs was that other guy. I forgot, but he's he's
Maki Patolo. Is that his name?
Yes, Maki Patolo. Thank you. Yes. And I think he's like Bellator now, or PFL, or one of those lower things. I agreed with Roe being shite. Where's my shirt, Dave? Yeah, for real. Where's our shirts? Did he? I think he lost both t-shirt bets. I have to confirm that. But anyway, back to this. So this fight, I have to go with Punahele. And the reason is, if you look at they're both coming off three wins. Okay, back 3 wins. And the quality competition that Punahele has had, his resume is much, much better. So let's take a look. Okay. Punahele, 12-4. Got an updated Tapology picture, which is good. Oh, and Punahele now, what's this fight at? 170. He started out his career down here. He was at 185 down here. Down these fights down here, 185. Green. LFA, Contender Series. And here's his debut. Oscar Pichota knocked him out, left hook. Then dusted Dusko, round 1 punches. Lost to Brendan Allen. Okay, fine. Lost to Nick Maximoff. That's that Compton boy. That's the Diaz brothers' little project, right? Nick Maximoff, isn't it? Yeah, that's it. That's that dude. He beat Dolce Lungiambula, who's nothing to write home about, but he did get performance of the night. That's good. Lost to Roman Kopylov, who was the better version of Chase Hooper, right? The Russian Chase Hooper. Lost to Dustin Stoltzfus, which was a horrible loss. I lost money on him. That was shite. Take that back. But this is what I like. Beat decision against Carmel Thunder, Miguel Beza. Beat the Medic, round 1, 30 seconds, ground strikes. Who's on this card? Up the card, way up higher than Punahele. And then most recently, Nikolai Varentenikov. I love that win against him. He came in as an underdog in that fight, and he got the unanimous decision. Ramiz Brahimaj, 13-5. Let's see who he's made his ranks up through. And look at the Reds, okay? Before he was the UFC, Punahele doesn't have Reds until he got to the UFC. Keep that in mind. Evan Cutts, Justin Patterson, okay, who? Max Griffin, this is where he's in the UFC. But before the UFC, he's got crappy wins against this dude, Evan Cutts, 8-3 guy, and Justin Patterson, never heard of him, 10-4 guy. Then he gets in Max Griffin. He got an ear injury, all right. He beat Sasha Platnikov, horrible fighter. Got cut. I think he was like 2 fights and cut. Okay. Lost to Court McGee. Court McGee died before of heroin. Came back and beat the shit out of Ramiz Brahimaj for a unanimous decision. Court McGee. That's right. That's Court McGee. Yep. Not making it up. He beat Michael Gilmore. Yeah. That guy's a big fucking. I mean, no fade to any UFC fighters. Of course, they can all kick my ass, but maybe Michael Gilmore, he might have a tough chance, tough shot. All right. Themba Garimbo, he lost to Themba Garimbo. That's the guy that Rock bought his house for him down in Florida, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, Rock and Dana White bought him a house, and yeah, okay.
That's it.
Look, this is who he was beat. Mickey Gall. His claim to fame was beating the wrestler there. What's his name?
CM Punk.
Yes. Mickey Gall's claim to fame is beating CM Punk. Okay. I think that was like it. Okay. Billy Ray Goff and Austin Vanderford. Those three guys are, I don't see it. That's why I got to go with the strength of resume for Punahele. And plus, like I mentioned, Punahele does know how to, his striking's more powerful than Ramiz Brahimaj. Ramiz might have a little bit of a grappling advantage, but I don't think so because people forget, man. Punahele, Hawaiian State wrestling champ back when he was, a high schooler. But yeah. And look at Punahele. Look at him now that he's down to 170. He's a whole new fighter. I like him. Let's go, Soriano. What do you got to say about this fight? Real fight picks. Piece of shit.
You made some good points, man. Like I was leaning because the one thing that sticks out, and I'm kind of negative in that I don't want to let my negativity, sway me into making the wrong decision here because I hold certain fights against fighters, certain losses especially. And I hold that Nick Maximov split decision loss. I honestly want to say I think Soriano won, but for some reason he just couldn't get him out of there. I don't know what the deal was. And, Nick Maximov ended up his, finishing, 13-2. He's still fighting in like lower level divisions and he's winning. So I don't know. Maybe he's not as bad as I think he is. I'm still on the fence. I'm still on the
13-2 now. And where's Nick Maximov's 13-2? And here he is. Anyway, Nick Max, just to see. Nick Max told you he was a Diaz boy. So got him right in the picture. Nate Diaz in his Tapology picture. Man, I love Nick Diaz Academy. Get the fuck out of here. Bullshit. Let's see who he's fought. Oh, he's in Uriah Faber's A1 Combat.
That's a good league. Really? But, there's some losses, too, that bother me for Ramiz. I mean, I had Ramiz steamrolling Court McGee. I thought he was going to sub him. I was like, how are you going to let an ex-drug addict whoop your ass at the end of his career? A loss to Justin Patterson. Like, who the fuck is that? So you make some really, really good points. And, I do want to say it looks like, the
line is even, like Ramiz, too. Minus 110 both ways.
It looks like Ramiz has fought some big guys, too, now that I'm looking at it. I mean, he fought like that guy. I mean, this is a different league. Justin Patterson in LFA. That guy is a middleweight. He's a bigger guy. So I got, you swayed me right now. I'll tell you that. Because I really was going to pick Ramiz because I'm thinking, like, how could Punahele struggle so much with Nick Maximov, another grappler, when I see Ramiz as a much better grappler? And then at the same time, Punahele has a rear naked choke loss to somebody who I didn't even really see as a grappler, which was, let's see, Punahele has a loss to somebody that Dustin Stolfus.
Yeah, he's the German fighter. I love MMA. That was his regional scene. Dustin. Now he was a German fighter. Now he's out of Pennsylvania, Amish country. That's that
and
guy,
Dustin
right?
Stolfus is garbage. He's
but not here's garbage. He's okay.
Dustin Stolfus is terrible.
I think Dustin Stolfus would beat Ramiz Brahimaj.
I'm I'm gonna go with low confidence, and I picked Ramiz in Tapology, and I'm gonna flip it
All right.
because I think
You see what I'm
Ramiz
doing
is.
here.
I'm
Who the
with you,
hell
Ranj. You swayed me. Do you hear me? You
Good,
swayed me.
good, good. So we're all in agreement. Dave
We're
too.
gonna go
Dave's also taking
Puna.
Puna.
Yeah, I'm
All
gonna
right,
take
that
because
might make our. That's the first one that we all agree upon, except for
yeah,
Carly C.
he has problems with his takedown defense, but I think he can get back up. And those were his first since he was a kid. He's been doing wrestling. Oh no, he has like he has awards or accolades in judo and wrestling in Hawaii, both. So he can
Yeah,
get back up.
there you go. Okay, moving on. Next up the card, we have the rematch that no one really cares about between Nora Cornell and Jocelyn Edwards. Jocelyn Edwards, though, this time around is minus 345. Big, huge favorite. Nora Cornell. That was in France. That's why. That's why she. And let's look at the Tapology on this one, because I don't know how she got. I think. Let me see. Share this tab instead. We're gonna check it out. Okay, so where's they're women.
You know, I want to
Okay,
say Jocelyn had her on everything. I want to say Jocelyn had her on takedowns, control time,
but look, she beat
strikes.
her because she was. I bet you because it was in France and she's French. And I remember watching that fight. I had money on Jocelyn. Yeah, unanimous decision. Are you shitting me? And I think Jocelyn won that anyway. But the French judging in Paris went to Nora. And that's why the only one that really wanted this rematch is Jocelyn Edwards. Nobody else wants to see this shit again. But yeah, I think this time Jocelyn Edwards will. I think I don't think she's going to let it go to decision this time. I think she learned her lesson the first time. That's why if you look at Jocelyn Edwards, her last fights, her last 3 wins by finish, rear naked choke, Tamaris Vidal, knocked out Chelsea Chandler and knocked out Priscilla Cachoeira. So she's like, you know what? I keep losing these decisions because people are racist, and I'm from Panama. I happen to have darker skin. I'm not gonna let it go to the judges. I'm gonna finish, and that's what I'm taking here. I'll take Jocelyn Edwards to finish. Share this tab. So look, Jocelyn minus 345, but the value is here. That minus 3.5 means she's going to either win by finish or unanimous decision, and I'll win that bet. And I do foresee that happening. Real fight picks or piece of shit, whatever you want to call yourself today. What do you got?
Bro, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this one. You know, Jocelyn's my girl. Jocelyn, if you're watching this, if you come across this, you know, because the
I'm sure
algorithm,
she is.
the
The
algorithm
day
God
before
just
fight
like
night, she wants to make
brought
sure
this your
she
way.
watches
Maybe somebody cuts this as
Preecaaap.
a promo and puts this on the Instagram, and somehow you just scrolled and you seen this face, Jocelyn. I love you, baby. I have a crush on you. You're so beautiful, and you're one of my favorite fighters in the UFC. And I know you're gonna win this. You're gonna get this back. You're gonna get your revenge. You were robbed. They robbed you in Paris. You were up on everything, on all the stats. You got
Cornell
this,
knows
baby
it
girl.
too. She knew she won that bullshit. She
You know,
knew it.
she's a creep. You know what I mean? She's a jerk.
She
Look at her.
is.
She knows. She's
Look
a
at her
look. I took
face.
your money. I took your bonus. I took your bonus,
Yeah.
and I got croissants with it, and I smoked some
Jocelyn's
cigarettes.
gonna get it back. She's got revenge in her head. Oh yeah, bitch.
Hell yeah,
What is with that tattoo?
it's
Ugh,
gross. Looks like a
isn't
rake.
it? It's a rake. All right. Moving on up the card. Here's another. Now, this is interesting. Okay, we got 11-3 Alden Correa taking on 10-2 Louis Garul. And here they are. Look at the height on Correa over Garul. First of all, height advantage. And now let's look at their topologies. What I wanted to say, Right now, Alden Correa is minus 395, almost minus 400. We'll call it minus 400. I got him on what day did I say I bet it? I bet it on Tuesday, and he was 280, minus 280. So, or was it Wednesday? Yes, Wednesday, I think, or so. I don't know. But within a short amount of time, everybody's been dumping money on Alden Correa. So the line did move. Thankfully, I got it under 300, minus 300. Now it's almost minus 400. So, anywho, Alden Correa, who's Garul, share this tab. Okay, here we are. Grim Garul, Cobra Korea. Okay, 11-3. I want to see who his losses are to. We're going to take this apart a little bit just to, be that contrarian guy. Albert Trujillo, that was in Fury FC. I guarantee he wants that one back. Decision, unanimous decision. Joe Camacho, LFA, and Michael Sire. But this is early in the career. And I don't know. I like this. Alessandro Costa, UFC Fight Night, round 3. That shows he's got cardio and he can last because it's round 3 knockout. I love that for him. And then Luis Garul. Let's look at this dude, 10-2. He's only got one fight in the UFC. Two fights in the UFC, both losses. Ode Osborne, who we'll talk about later, knocked his ass out in round 2. Okay. And Jesus Aguilar, who's decent. I like Jesus Aguilar, actually. Took him for a unanimous decision. But before that, he was Contender Series and Fury. But the quality of fighter he had was nobody to write about either. I know there's no losses in there, but until he gets to the UFC. I just think the aggression of this Alden Correa, and I like his aggression. Let's see where they're training at. Okay, we got Korea's at 4 Ounce Fight Club, home team, Texas, and Factory X Muay Thai for Garul. I don't want to have to get into their Instagrams or anything. We don't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. But yeah, I'm going with I already put a bet on him. Like I said before, he was this heavy of a favorite. And I think he's going to probably get it. He's so aggressive. I think he's going to get it by knockout. 4 Ounce Fight Club. That's what they do. That's Josh Van, right? He's 4 Ounce Fight Club. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so I'm going with Alden Correa. What do you think? You're on mute.
Oh yeah. All right, sorry about
Your
that.
boy,
Yeah.
flicking
Hey guys,
the fingers.
you know what? My energy was down and now it's up because Useless is in the chat. He is the young goat, one of the best podcasts in the game. He's like MMA Guru. He's Ariel Hawani. He's the next. He's next. Useless MMA. Check him out. He's got a whole bunch of talent, guys. I'm telling you. Check him out when you get a chance. That's why my picks are so good. So let me tell you about who I got. If I got Garuli or if I got Korea. You know what? Honestly, it doesn't matter what I would look up. This is tough, man. I mean, I think Garuli has the accolades, okay? I know he's on a 2-fight losing streak, but he's wrestled. He's got the wrestling base. He's been wrestling. He wrestled in high school. He wrestled in college. In high school, he was the 2012 Colorado 3A state champion at 113 pounds. That's why he's such a little guy, though. And maybe that's his problem. He placed 5th at the Fargo Nationals in Greco-Roman in wrestling 2012. He's got a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. He also was a Fury flyweight champion. They were both Fury flyweight champions. This is going to be a close fight. And that was my original feeling when looking at this. And the odds are so fucking far apart. But here's my problem. I'm really paranoid because there's so much action to consider on a card like this. And anything can spook me. I'm like a cat. And when Ranj told me that this jumped like 100 points, no matter what research I put in or anything, just because I know how shady Dana White and the UFC can be and all this stuff about fixed fights. And, we even have a fighter that was he was a part of it. He wasn't the guilty party in Davao. So for sure, I wouldn't put nothing on this fight. I'm going to say Korea because of that huge jump in the line by almost 100 points in the odds. That's basically why I'm going to pick him in Tapology, because I'm competitive and I want to win. But I feel like if nothing else is crazy, if it's not something weird because somebody heard Garuli has like a broken ankle or something, he's compromised, or it's just the size difference
He
that
doesn't look like it.
Well, I'm picking Korea, but if there's nothing shady going on, I feel like this is a pretty close fight. I do. I feel like talent wise, I mean, you're looking
Yeah,
at
the
a
line
Fury,
is off. That's why I said I'm glad that I got it when it was below minus 300.
yeah.
It's
So I
definitely
mean,
off. But that's
here's
how
the
the
Fury
bettors
FC
take
Championship
that.
fight of the night. They were both Fury FC champions, and now who's gonna? This is bragging rights right here. Who is the real Fury FC champion? We're gonna find out.
And did you you listen to cappers this week, right? And you know what? All cappers are
Everyone's on Korea.
enthusiastically.
Everybody.
Yeah, I know. Yep.
It's crazy.
Well, everybody's also taking who's beating up Jordan Levitt, taking that guy too, which I'm not. But anyway, moving on. Oh, let me place this bet. Share this tab instead. I think I'm gonna take I don't like that, and it's gonna be, I'm gonna pass on this because I took him on a different parlay at minus 280. So
Bro,
I'm just gonna
that's the
leave.
right move right here.
How about
That's
over
the right
under?
move.
What do you think? You think this is gonna go distance?
I just feel like for some reason this Gurule, maybe it's the kind of fights he was in, because that's the thing about MMA is just like you never know. Like, I had Alexander Hernandez to win his last fight, and he supposedly had like some kind of broken wrist. So you just never know, like who's got something and who doesn't have something
Yeah.
that's bugging
Well,
them. Because maybe that
I'm
is
not
an
gonna let
injury.
that. I don't think so. It's swayed by the bettors, dude. More money came in on Korea throughout because they bettors. Friday's payday. Everybody gets their check. They listen throughout the week. They listen to cappers like just like we do, and then they just like, oh well, bookie beatdown. They're saying Alden Korea is their most confident pick. I'm down to
Korea by
put him
KO,
in a
dude.
pile.
Korea by KO is the play here. If you want to mess with it, if you want to put it
Yeah,
on
right there. So for that, he's got a unanimous decision or finish.
There it
Okay.
is. That's a great bet.
All right. Moving on. Next, we've got up the card. We have Ode Osborne taking on Alibi Idris. Alibi Adiris. Here we are. Ode and Alibi Adiris. Now let's see a little info about these boys here. Okay, we got Ode, the Jamaican sensation, 13-9. Look at the red in his last 5, though. Ay, 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 ay. And he's taking on the Kazakhstani fighter, Alibi Adiris. Bob, don't you throw up on my clothes. My cat's doing that thing that cats do when they clear out their the fur balls. All right. But this guy, however, he came from Neza. That's the thing. He's got one fight in the UFC, and it's loss to Joseph Morales by triangle choke. That's what's kind of a red flag here. I know Ode Osborne's red-green against Louis Garul, who we just talked about just now, and then you got red. Let's open it up and see all 9 of his reds. Okay. So he lost Steve Ursag. All right, he's a killer. All right. He beat Louis Garul, who's a loser, is gonna lose tomorrow. He beat Ronaldo Rodriguez, Jafel Filho, he lost to Rodriguez, Filho, Asu Ambalaev, all Asu Ambelev is a great fighter. 17-2. He's good. These guys are not bad, you know. He beat Charles Energy Johnson, that's a great win. Lost to Tyson Nam. Ugh. Beat Zaruk Adashev, fight of the night there. That was a good one. Round 1 finish. CJ Vergara lost to Manel Kopp. Give him that. Let him go on that. He lost to Brian Boom Kelleher back in 2020. Ugh. I'm just saying nothing very that flies off the page like, oh, I'm, bet me, especially this last 5 on a downhill skid. That Louis Garul, who cares about that fight? That guy's not good. But then we got his opponent, though, who's only had 1 fight in the UFC, and he lost it. But before that, let's see if we've seen anybody. Okay, Exodus Ultimate Fighter. He came out of there, so he came out of the fighter house. Look at these names. Roybert Echeverria. Roybert.
He's good.
What kind of name is that? Look at this guy. Preecaaap Beck Yokubov.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of want to give $1 to the swear jar just to say that guy's first name. For Beck. Preecaaap Beck. If you say it loud, it sounds like you're swearing. Preecaaap Beck Yokubov. Huh? You can have a sip of Red Bull if you get out of here. Take a sip and go. All right. Then Eldison Santos, a 10-2 guy. See, Neza FC is just nothing. I mean, where are these guys out of? That's a Kazakhstan, and that's it. Neza, Ultimate Fighter. Now, I lost to Joseph Morales. Now he's fighting Odie Osborne. So I don't know what to do here, man. The Alibi is the slight favorite, -136, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna rely on you and the chat to figure this out for me before I put my initial by anything. I'm leaning. I gotta lean with the experience, and the height. Look. Height and reach got to go that way too. Hi, Jen Smith. Oh. But anyway, piece of shit. What do you think on this fight? Please push me I'm on the fence. Push me one way or the other. I can be easily swayed.
I mean, I think by default, I'm not gonna. I mean, when it comes to evenly lines like this, we're not really too sure. I mean, O'Day has the strength of schedule, but then I've just never been impressed with O'Day in general. I was actually surprised when he beat Luis Garule. I had Garule just because I thought O'Day was a fraud. O'Day did look good for the first 30 seconds though against Manel Kopp, and I think he almost put him down, so he can catch you. I was disappointed with I had Joseph Morales to beat this Alibe Adidris. I don't know how good he is. I'm not sure if it's something
He's
that
14-2. Bopo. He's from Alpha Male. You should know that. He's your neighbor.
Yeah,
He's all right. He just beat Matt Schnell. Matt Danger Schnell. Sounds so much better. He uses his nickname. Look at he's only got 2 losses. One of them is to Davis and Figueiredo. So you gotta give him that. I'm talking about Joseph Morales.
It's almost like O'Day can maybe beat this guy because O'Day did beat Luis Garule, and I think it's just just because he's the better fighter.
For me. Well, I don't think Luis Garule is that good. Look, he's going against a debutant, not a debutant, but Alden Correa is a -400 against the dude. So how good is he, Garule? Really? I know he's been wrestling since he was 3 and whatever, and he's got all sorts of, back when he was in diapers, he was doing, arm bars and shit, whatever. Who cares? But what are you thinking? Push me. What's the chat thinking? They're not, obviously. They're thinking, oh my God, a girl? No way. We haven't seen
here's the thing about Here's the thing about O'Day. I mean, he's been finished so many times. What type of fighter is gonna, I feel like Ode is one of these guys who can look good in the first round, and if he doesn't get the finish, then the other guy, Alide, can start taking over just before the mid mark of the second round, and kind of like even Ode could come out in the beginning of the second round and still look like, oh, he's going to run away with it, and then all of a sudden you just kind of falls off a cliff. He did look really bad. I would say out of everybody, Ode Osborne, besides Phil Rowe, I would say he even looked worse than Phil Rowe, because Phil Rowe he wasn't all sucked up. He probably didn't really try that hard. He was like, I'm going to do 172 so it looks like I tried. But Ode Osborne looked terrible, and his cheeks were swollen, and he looked the worst.
He's
He looked
4-6 in his last 10. 4-6.
Yeah, he looked like that one movie. He took over the boat with Tom Hanks, and he captured the ship. That's how Ode Osborne looked.
The Somali pirates.
Yes, he looked like a Somali pirate. So
is he from Minnesota?
I'm not sure, but I don't think he has 3 rounds in him. So,
he's shit. It's a joke.
I would say, live bet this one for the Tapology purposes. I'm gonna go with Alid. How do you say his name?
Alibi Adiris.
I was gonna say Alidris. Give me Alibi Adiris. And that's just the total low. This is probably the worst read I have of all the fights right now.
Hey, it's a tough one to pick, man. I'm still on the fence, and chat's not helping. What's Useless think? I wonder. Get the shit off my fingers. That's what he's saying.
Right.
But yeah, I'm flip a coin, man. Who's the dog? Oh, I did. I took Ode plus points. That's what I did. As you can see, share this tab. Look, so I got Ode plus 3.5, but it's like a dog or pass situation here. If I'm on the fence, I'm going to take the dog plus points. That's how it works with me. On Tapology, I'm going to pick them too. Might as well root for them if I'm going to bet them. So there's that. And now moving on up the card. Next we have Chidi Bang Bang, Chidi and Jaquani, 25 and double-digit losses, 11 losses, taking on Carlos Leal. Carlos Leal, look at the size difference from these guys. Carlos Leal, 22 and 7 for the Brazilian fighter. The thing is, I can break this down a little bit. I was back and forth on this one as well. So let me just get to it. Here we are. Here, share this tab. Okay. Chidi Bang Bang, or Chidi and Jaquani, Bang Bang and Jaquani. Carlos the Lion Leal. Tell me he don't do steroids. Look at this shit right here. Unreal. That was that Brazilian sauce before that USADA. That was pre-USADA. That's probably when he was in that other. Where'd he come from? Before LF? No, right here. UAE Warriors. Ugh. All right. Anyway. So Chidi and Jaquani coming off a loss to Jake Matthews. Okay, give him a bye on that. He knocked out Eliza Zaleski. He beat Jared Gooden. Nothing great. And Reese McKee, Skeletor. Reese McKee. He's split decision too. This one, Michael Olszewski knocked him out. You know what was a great fight between? Let's look at Chidi. One of the best fights I've ever seen with Chidi and Jaquani. He lost, but it was to RoboCop. Where is it? Right here. Gregory Rodriguez, ground and pound, round 2. But round 1, Chidi split RoboCop's forehead open so nasty. You could see bone. You could see his skull. I watched it go on fight go watch the replay and what's that called? The fight thing where you can see all the fights, you can see actually Gregory Rodriguez's skull in that, but he still came out and won because he's second. Yeah, fantastic. But anyway, if you look at he's got some good wins here. He beat Power Bar, Marc-Andre Barrio. He beat Dusko Todorovic, who hasn't really lately. And that's okay. This Bellator belt. He's got a brother that's older brother. That's why Chidi's not young. I think he's like 37. Where is it? Yeah, 37 years old for Chidi and Jaquani. But the problem here, I mean, he does got some good. He's got plenty of experience, much more than Carlos Leal. But here's the thing, Carlos Leal, 22-7 for this steroid abusing juice junkie. Okay, fighting out of Brazil, out of a place called Thai Brazil. Never heard of him. I don't think there's anybody there that's. Yeah, there's nobody there with a name. So I bet you, I didn't look at his Instagram, but I bet you on his Instagram he's hopefully he's training with. I don't know. I don't want to take time to do it. Maybe nobody got time for that. But look, he got knocked out by an old Muslim Salikov. This was just like when was this? July. Last July. Muslim Salikov's like 40, isn't he? 41 or something? Okay, he beat Alex Morono, but at this point in his career, who hasn't? He does. I mean, he's tried. I give him that. He gives heart. He lost to Renat Fakhretdinov. That's a given. Of course, he's going to lose that fight. But this one, Muslim Salikov knocking him out, old ass Muslim Salikov. Okay, and before that, he was an LFA, and look, Sabadu Sai. Oh, missed weight and lost split decision. Ugh. David Zawada, heard that name before. Ray Cooper. Okay, beat Ray Cooper the third. That's a good win. That's actually that's kind of surprising. I didn't expect to see that. But the thing is with this guy, he might be as you can see how he's shorter, but the thing is he doesn't fight with from the outside. Like he's not going to be within, like, keep the distance. Like Chidi's going to want to use his reach advantage and keep him at distance. Carlos Leal, all his fights, he goes in like phone booth fight. He goes on the inside in the pocket and just like does that, the rock'em sock'em up close. Where Chidi, it's harder for the longer guy to fight when the guy's right in front of you, like a foot in front of you, and you got a 3-foot reach. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's rough. So I'm on the fence, but I'm still gonna go Chidi and Jaquani because of his strength of schedule. He's plus money, and look at the height and reach. It is a thing. But I wouldn't blame you for picking Carlos Leal. This is another one I'm kind of on the fence, but I got to pick one or the other for Tapology and for here. So for DraftKings, Chidi, when in doubt, take the dog plus money or plus points. Take the dog plus points, minus 110. That's a great value. So I'm going to take Chidi, but I'm hesitant, reluctant. I'm just doing it for my whole Tapology and my whole card bet. What are you thinking about this one? Piece of shit.
All right, we got Chidi and Jaquani and Carlos Leal. You got Chidi and Jaquani stands at 6'3", as you can see. Carlos Leal is at 5'11". This is a welterweight bout. Chidi and Jaquani with the 6-inch reach advantage. He has an 80-inch reach versus Carlos Leal with 74-inch. They both stand orthodox. You got the much younger fighter, Carlos Leal. I think he's 31 years old. And, the volume, strikes landed per minute. You got 9 strikes for Carlos Leal versus 4 strikes. That's a huge difference. Striking accuracy just a little bit better for Jaquani at 62% versus 50% for Carlos Leal. But strikes absorbed, there's a huge difference, man. I mean, it shows
that's where we're missing Dave. Who's got the higher volume?
So the higher volume, let me try to clean this up here. The higher volume is going to go with Carlos Leal. So you got Chidi with a 4.72 strikes landed per minute, but Carlos has 9.
Right. That's why I told you those quick in the pocket like body punches. That's what does those like the machine gun. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, both of these guys. Let's go down to like the ground game. Chidi has 0 Takedowns average per 15 minutes, 0. And then you got
Yeah, he
Carlos Leal
sucks.
at 0.75, 0.75. They're both going to be standing. This is going to be a stand-up fight, and you got Leal with the volume. However, he gets dinged up. He gets 7 strikes absorbed. So he's got his chin out there. And I just want to look at one thing. How long ago was that knockout? It was in July. It was in July. So where are we at? How many months ago is that? August, September, October, November, December, January. 7 months ago. See, I have a thing with that. That bothers me. I've seen fighters look okay after 6 months. I've seen it, and then I've seen like Alexander Volkanovski come back too soon, and it wasn't a very. I want to say Muslim Salkov got him pretty good. Like got him really good. So him coming back to fight a dangerous fighter like Chidi, who just needs one punch to like put him out.
You gotta respect a man that loves his mom.
I gotta go with Chidi too, just for the fact that it's only been 7 months since he was KO'd, and it was quick. It was in the first round, 42 seconds. He didn't even go 42 seconds. Tell me he's not going to be a little fucked.
Oh, look, they wanted you to do a Brazilian parlay for this fight. Look at I don't speak Portuguese, but I bet you this is like a
Hey,
they're
I can
promoting
already
the
see.
Brazilians here.
Yeah,
Look at
that's
the
not gonna
acne
happen.
on Leal's chest. That's
Ugh.
how you gonna have that acne and tell me you're not doing steroids and that Tapology picture? How are you gonna do that? Unreal.
He's going through puberty.
There's this girl. He just married her like a year ago. Just by the way, I just realized that on his Tapology. Let's hey, that one's
I'm
not.
going with Chidi
That's a
too.
nasty cut. That don't need a band-aid. That needs stitches, bro. Stitches. Get a couple stitches in that shit. I hope Chidi breaks him open right there. Okay, just to be fair, since I looked at Carlos Leal's Instagram, I gotta look at Chidi's, right? That's just if you look at one, you gotta look at both. Can't look at one and not the other. It's
Exactly.
not right. So Chidi, bang, bang. Oh, I like that. Even though he doesn't. Is that a black belt on him? Get out of here. That is a black belt on Chidi. No. Got my black belt 170 weeks ago. Got my black belt. How come we don't use that shit? Never. What's his takedowns? 0. Right? 0 point. What's his submissions? Does he got submissions? I don't know. But that's good to know.
Hey, you know what though? Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
You know what?
Openly.
You know what play seems interesting? I didn't look up the props. I'm just gonna put it out there because I feel like it's one of those things where like you can predict what's gonna happen because Chidi is also pretty chinny. I noticed that he did get knocked out by Gregory Rodriguez and he did get knocked out by Michelle Jacek. And I guess those are two respectable losses, but the rumor is that Chidi just kind of like finds a way out sometimes or gives up. But
I want that shirt. And
you know,
Muay Thai.
Fighting
24.
is so unpredictable, and I believe that the decision prop just for the fight to go the distance is plus 400. And I just feel like it's an interesting scratch off because everybody thinks that this fight's not going to go the distance because Chidi is a quitter and Leal apparently has a glass chin. So, and they're dangerous, both of these guys, and
look at the sparring
sessions. But then, like, I just feel like it's going to be the worst fight we've ever seen. They're going to be so scared of each other that they're not going to do anything. And then they're going to grappling because they're so scared of each other. And it's going to be like 15 minutes of wrestle fucking. And boom, next thing you know,
there's not
you're
going to be
hitting a plus 400 decision prop.
It's going to be striking regardless of the takedowns and training. This is going to be a stand-up fight, I think. And but look, I like seeing Chidi.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Chidi shows. What? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? No. All right, doesn't matter. Chidi shows that his Instagram. He's showing training. He's showing training, and this is 4 weeks ago. Okay, he's doing takedowns, all this stuff. You go on Carlos Leal's Instagram. You show his mom's 60th birthday. him and his wife, and you know, you show him. Oh, that was the power of Marc-Andre Barrio. Look, eat it. Eat it. That's what layout's going to happen. What's going to happen in layout tomorrow. Thank you. I'm because of Instagram, I'm on Cheaty heavy now. Well, not heavy, but I'm more confident. And I will take them at plus money too. Plus money. All right. Moving on. Next, up the card. We got Zach Reese, 10-2, taking on, welcome back, Michelle Pajeda. Oh, love it. Michelle Pajeda, 31
Ranj,
and 14.
can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Because I can't hear you. I don't know if you're on mute or if it's something wrong.
I'm
with
not
my
on
AirPod.
mute. Everyone can hear me except you. What Cheaty is a complete quitter? Chudy. What? Chudy is a complete quitter. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I think he's gonna hold up. I like it. Okay. Anyway, next we're on Zach Reese now. He's the one with the cowboy hat and the crazy tattoo of another rake. Did he get that from Nora Cornell? Or not Nora? Who's the other? Yeah, is that Nora Cornell's tattoo on her chest? But it's on Zach Reese's back. Yes, it is. Anyway, taking on Michelle Pajeda. Michelle Pajeda is an enigma. 31 and 14, double-digit losses for my boy. This is the crazy thing. Michelle Pajeda, he's had his great times and he's had his rough times. He's had a lot of times though. He's had 31-14. Let's look at his most recent activity. And he's a middleweight now. Okay. He wasn't always fighting at middleweight at 185. He used to be at 170, jumped up. I know he's coming off 3 losses. Fluffy, headliner, of course, give him that. Abu Smagomedov, he wants that back. And most recently lost to Kyle Dawkins. Okay. But before that, look at this. Ihor Peteria, who's Glumio Ihor. He sucks. Nothing great. He beat Michael Olszewski. Yeah, that's a great win. Andre Petrowski, we're learning he's he sucks. Overrated. Just looks like a beast, but man, everyone's starting to beat him for stupid reasons too. Beat Santiago Ponzinibbio, Look at the sea of green right here from Zalim Imadeov, UFC too. Chaos Williams, Nico Price, Andre Fialho, Santiago Ponzinibbio. I like that little sea of green. Before they had a couple losses. Okay. This is his debut in the UFC, was a win against Danny Roberts back in 2019, fight of the night. That's where he came in and he looked flying knee. Okay. And he was known for his, his performances by like he's doing his little what happened? He had to come back.
It was my audio.
All right. Well, anyway, I'm talking about Michelle Pajeda. Okay. He did the cartwheels, the off the cage kicks, the all sorts of fancy dancy. And one fight was this Tristan Connolly fight. He gassed himself out in his pre-walk dance before he got in the cage. He was already tired from doing his dance. That lesson learned. Tristan Connolly got unanimous decision because his cardio was dead. Going to round 3, he was open mouth breathing, just nothing left in him. Okay. He lost to Diego Sanchez. That was the legal knee. That was kind of fluky. You know what I mean? Then he had that string of wins. This is when he started being a killer. Real killer. Loved it. Oh, love it. And that's why I'm taking him here against Zach Reese. Zach Reese hasn't really impressed me at all. 10-2. Let's see. Out of the Ward facility, Ward Training Center. That's in Texas. So he will be the hometown guy, Zach Reese. But I don't look at his Jackson McVeigh. Who cares? Cedricus Dumas, no contest. What happened there? Was that? I think that was a Cedricus Dumas just got out of that fight for some. Was it a groin or eye poke or it was something stupid like that, right? I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly. Dusko Todorovic beat him. Who hasn't lately? Everybody on this card's beat Dusko. I've seen his name so many times, and everybody at 170 on this card has like Phil Rowe. He beat Dusko Todorovic. There's a couple, yeah. Dusko Todorovic. I've seen him on the losing end of four tapologies on this card by itself. Okay, beat Jose Medina, beat Cuban Missile Crisis, Julian Marquez. Okay, lost to Cody Brundage, and then before that, he was in Fury and Contender Series. But so yeah, his best win, I would say, Julian Marquez, uppercut and hammer fist, round 1, 20 seconds. That's kind of fluky. 20 seconds of round 1, he caught him. It's sneaky. Performance of the night, got him. Okay. Funky Jose Medina. Bob, get. And then yeah. But otherwise, not real impressive compared to Michel Pereira. So, and Michel Pereira is a slight favorite. Let's see the betting odds right here. Zach Reese plus 140, Michel Pereira minus 166, and that's my pick right there. I'm going to take Michel Pereira. I think he is going to bounce back, or bounce back. Is he coming off a loss? I think he is, right? Yeah, coming off loss, Kyle Dawkins. I think he's going to bounce back, and I think this is it. Like, he's got to win or he's out. That's the point of the career. He's only 32 years old, but 31-14 and 2 no contests. That's a lot of fight years. He's old in fight years. That's a lot of fights. What's that? 30, 40, 45, 6, 7, 47 fights for the Demolador. And he got caught cheating on his wife. All sorts of crazy shit. But I think he's going to he might even leave his gloves in the ring, but I think he wants to leave on a good win, then go fight Karate Combat or one of those other more entertaining but lesser promotions where he can actually, do his cartwheels and shit. And he might do that shit in this fight too. So what do you think? Real fight picks. What do you think?
I mean, you lose to Tristan Connolly, who I believe is a lightweight. You then go on to lose to Diego the Nightmare School of Awareness Sanchez. And you want me to trust you in this spot against a guy who's fought at 194 pounds, Zach Reese, who's,
I can't watch. That's horrible.
You know what? How do you lose to Kyle Dawkins?
A lot of people lost Kyle Dawkins. Kyle Dawkins almost took
are
out.
You throwing the fights? Brady from DFS by the numbers asked the same question to Michel Pereira. How do you lose that fight in the first round with the guys that you've beat? I mean, you were kind of on a mini tear, but I want to say, 31-14, double-digit losses, like you always say. And now he's on. I think he's the next.
Look, this is what he's going to do. Is that Ihor Potieria looks like Zach Reese.
There he is. Look at the next Tony Ferguson. That's Tony Ferguson right there. He's not the same, bro.
What?
He fought.
There's Zach Reese right there on the ground.
He got beat up by Anthony Hernandez in October 19th, 2024. That was the fight that changed him. And then
look at that.
Abus Magomedov and got his ass beat.
That cartwheel, that backflip was awesome. Right
there.
He
can't even do that anymore.
I can do that.
He literally forgot how to do it.
No, he didn't. I'll t-shirt bet you this one. You want to take Zach Reese? I'll take Michel Pereira. T-shirt bet. Me versus you.
I mean, I should get a hoodie, honestly, just because Michel Pereira is a huge
plus
favorite.
140. What are the live odds? The odds on this, minus 166 plus 140 for Zach Reese, minus 166 for Pereira.
Yeah, I got Zach Reese, man. He's gonna go ahead and pull it out. He's really coming to fight. I mean, that's somebody I could trust. I trust him, bro. Like, if you're asking me, like, you want to put your money on Michel Pereira? Fuck no, I don't. He's done. He's washed. He's done. You
Look,
just said
here's that
you
Brazil.
said
Here's
he's
that
gonna retire.
Brazilian parlay.
Didn't you pick Zach Reese? I thought you said Michelle Perez is going to retire.
He is going to retire. Doesn't mean I'm taking him to lose. I think he's going to beat
Oh,
Zach
okay.
Reese and then
So
retire.
he's going to win.
You can
and then
retire on a
retire.
win. You don't have to lose to
Okay.
retire.
Good point. Yeah, he's too dumb to retire.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. He's too greedy as well. He's not. He's not going to. He's going to fight until he gets caught. Demolidor. How long ago is this one? 1 week ago. Get on that bike. 1 week ago. Well, there you go,
Dude.
Gerald Lynch. I don't know what he's saying, but read lips. He's saying, I'm going to kick Zach Reese's ass. I'm going to bust him up. I'm a Demolidor. I'm going to kick. I got 9 dragons. That's right. And you watch Saturday night, and my fists are going to look at him. Diesel. I like it. Now, just to be fair, though, what we got to do now, because Lynch wanted to see, we have to check out Zach Reese's Instagram. This ought to be fun.
I got Zach Reese.
It's not going to sway me. It's not going to sway me. Watch.
KO round 2.
Okay. Fight. Weigh in. Nothing. Where's training? Oh, he likes Cheetos and beer. Oh, Flamin' Hot Cheetos and beer, Zach Reese. Where's your training videos? I saw, here's one.
It's just advertising.
Oh, Sonic. Post-training. Oh, knocked fat guy down with that's already been heavy because I got the pads on.
There you go. Show him those hands. That's what's going to knock out Pereira right there. Just a nice
Pereira's
1-2.
got faster hands than that.
Nice 1-2. He's not going to be able to get out of the way. He's going to sit him down.
I'll finish it off with a Sonic soda or probably a shake. One of the losers.
You know, it's like one of them soda waters. You know, he's clean. He's a good boy.
Got some tattoo on here. Yeah, I like Michelle Pajada.
Zach Reese, boy. Mm-hmm. Plus money.
Got a nice, beautiful family, though. I give him that. Beautiful family. Good for you, Zach.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean he's going to win.
He's fighting for his kids.
Got the Wembayana jersey on. All right. Okay, Zach Reese. Yeah. So nothing doing there from that. So who you take? You're on Zach Reese, and
I'm gonna go with Zach Reese just because I don't even care what the stats would say. I just know one guy's taking it serious.
Fair enough.
One guy's got a mental illness. And one guy's coming off, a win streak. So what happened with the Dumas fight is Dumas got kicked in the balls 51 seconds in the fight and couldn't continue. And they did a no contest.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Jackson McVeigh is his, and Dusko Todorovic, that's his win streak. Jackson McVeigh. And Dusko got dusted by everybody to Todorovic. All right.
Honestly, I think it's going to be a striking battle. It's going to be a boxing battle. And I want to say Reese is a little bit faster.
Wait till Michelle Pajada does this the backflip over his guard with a knee to the face backflip. Can't wait. So, moving on. Up the card. Next, we have Jacoby Smith taking on Josiah Harrell. Now, this is don't believe the odds on this. This is a little trickier to pick than you think, okay? Because, all right, to the other side of Jacoby Smith, monster. He's definitely the better physically, appearance-wise. He's got definitely better physical appearance. He is minus 325. His record's undefeated, 11-0. But so is Josiah Harrell, undefeated, 11-0. Now, the thing is, both these guys have high school wrestling accolades. And I think they both wrestled in college too. I didn't go that deep into it to find out, but I know they both have wrestling They both like in their past. Okay. Josiah Harrell, muscle hamster, and Kobe Smith. Okay. Let's see. Jacoby Smith, home team, Dallas, Texas. See that? He's at AKA or Fortis. Fortis is in Houston. AKA that's over in California, right? American Kickboxing Academy or
Yeah, San
Colorado?
Jose.
San Jose.
Beautiful.
AKA. Right.
Beautiful,
Now,
beautiful city.
Josiah Harrell, he's out of Ohio. Okay. Out of never heard of her. Immortal. I did somebody. There's another pro that goes there. Immortal. I'm pretty sure. Oh, Mark Coleman's the coach. Okay, I knew I heard of it. Matt Brown's the owner. Yeah, that's the Immortal Matt Brown. Get it? Immortal Center. Go figure. Oh yeah, the Immortal Matt Brown, Mark Coleman. So all these old. Oh, AJ Dobson. That's fun. That's so fun. Joshua Ferreira, Michelle's little brother. No kidding. I'm just kidding. There's no relation there. No relation. But whatever. So they got the Immortal Martial Arts against the Fortis fighter. I'm gonna take Fortis fighter because Saeed Sayoud, one of the best people you want ringside. Best out of definitely top 3, in my opinion. Top 3 people you want when you're fighting and ringside. Okay. So that being said, I'm taking Jacoby Smith, but I'm not confident because this guy 11-0. I know let's see. I know he hasn't shown where. Let's see. Okay, he has fought nobody. LFA, Ohio Combat League. There's no names in here, and they could all be, DoorDashers or, working at the Parks and Recreation or something. I'm saying they're not necessarily professional. Look at Ohio Combat League. That's what gets me. Ohio Combat League. Where's Jacoby Smith from? What's his background? His regional scene? Fury FC. Way better than Ohio Combat League. Way better, Fury FC. And who we got? Nobody I know, but Preston Parsons. Oh, that's the UFC, of course. Yeah, Nico Price. He's like another Dusko Todorovic. Everybody's beat him too. And now he was supposed to fight Siok. That's another thing. Josiah Harrell, short notice. Because this originally was going to fight the Korean Hyuk Sung or Seok Hyung Ko, but Ko withdrew or some shit like that. But I'm still on the side of Jacoby Smith. I think this was a sneaky play at Josiah Harrell. He could come through it plus 262, but my bet is refresh. My bet is going to be Jacoby Smith. And where did I leave off? Here it is. I'm going to take the money line because I don't know if he's going to. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen here, but I will take Jacoby Smith to get the edge out the win. What are you thinking about this one?
I'm gonna go with. I don't think that Hurl's seen a wrestler like Smith. I think that's a huge discrepancy in like it's too big. And I know Harold is amazing. I heard nothing but good things about him. Like he's really aggressive, but his best fighters, like he's fighting a guy named, and this is Harold I'm talking about. He fought a guy named last name ends with a V, Dos Matov, who was 14-2, welterweight, and they did that in LFA. And I was trying to see if that guy was a good wrestler, and it turns out this guy, is versatile but striking. He has a stellar striking game, and so it doesn't look like he's fought any wrestlers. Is what I'm trying to get at. It doesn't look like Harold's fought any wrestlers. These are both really good prospects. Harold's best win, I was trying to look for that, and it was a rear naked choke in the first round, but he beat Melvin Gillard. Melvin Gillard, and that doesn't really
Yeah,
tell you
I see
anything.
that. In the Ohio Combat League, Melvin Gillard's
Yeah.
32, 22, and 2. 32, 22. Double digit. No, they double. You got double. Like the 22 losses, Melvin Gillard.
Exactly.
Tell me he's
And I
not a
don't know
jobber.
why you would put Jacoby Smith. He's also these guys are both 11-0, right? Am I not right?
Yeah. Jacoby
It's
Smith is just better. He's got a better resume. He's from better facility, better regional scene. He's better. He's got everything going for him. He's the
yeah.
home team, Dallas, Texas,
Yep.
not Ohio. He's 30, where Harold's 27. But when it's that close in age, who gives a shit? They're both in their prime. You know what I mean? They're both prime years. So yeah, who are you going for?
I'm gonna go with Jacoby Smith. I'll maybe
All
look
right.
at a takedown props or something like that. Because this,
What was
Harold seems like he's pretty tough.
right?
I think the takedown it's 2.5. I think he could take him down 3 times. I want to take the over on
Oh,
that.
the over under on Jacoby Smith takedowns is 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5. Yeah, I might adjust it and I'll
Ooh,
adjust it to like 1.5.
why? I think he's gonna take him down 4 times. Oh, yeah. If it ends quick though, you don't get the paid out. But if he takes him down once and ground and pound, you're not going to get paid out because he only took him down once. All right.
Yep.
Anyway, moving on. Next up the card, heavyweight fight. The only heavyweight fight on this entire card is Sergey Spivak, 17-6, taking on Ante Deluja. If you guys remember, Ante Deluja got kind of robbed out of his. He fought the Waldo Cortez Acosta, and Acosta got the eye poke thing. Ante Deluja, didn't he like knocked him out, but it was standing knockout. The refs kind of stopped it, but it wasn't a stoppage for the fight, even though Ante Deluja thought it was, and instead it was a stoppage for the eye poke. So that happened to cause Ante Deluja to have a cardio dump and went back in. And then Waldo Cortez Acosta, after Deluja's got nothing left in him, gave him a pop straight jab to the head and knocked him out, knocked his ass out, and took my money. Went from me winning to a no contest to me losing. So it was a bad taste in my mouth on that
Same
that
here,
fight.
bro.
But
same
I think
trip.
and this is kind of like Sergey Spivak. This is a closely lined fight. It's let's see. Share this tab. Sergey Spivak plus 100. Ante Deluja minus 120. So this is pretty much even Stevens. The plus, look at plus 5.5 round points for Spivak. Sergey Spivak. That's interesting. But I got to go with Deluja. He's part of that. He trains with Aspinall over there in London, and he does have I think he's got the grit and aggression to come at Spivak hard and fast. And Spivak, his past fights, I've seen him like most recently, he's been slowing down a tad. Let's check it out. Take a look at both these guys. I don't know if I'm going to open their Instagrams, but look, back-to-back losses. Waldo Cortez Acosta beat them both. But this one, I told this one against Ante Deluja, I just explained it, was kind of shite. It's kind of shit. Okay. The Moldovan, Waldo Cortez Acosta beat him by decision. Okay. Before that, he lost to Jailton Almeida. Jailton Almeida, after the last event that I bet on him, I will never bet on that bum ever again. Who did he just lose to? Jailton Almeida. Like a week ago. Who was it? Real fight. You're not even paying attention.
I'm trying to get my talking points together for.
Okay, get it together. I'm gonna Jailton Almeida. Let's see. This freaking bum, and he was a lock too. Yeah. Rizvan Kuniev. He sucked so bad that fight. I wanted to kick my TV and Jalton Almeida. And I never again. Never again, Jalton Almeida. Never again. But Sergey Spivak, okay, what I do like, he armbarred Marcin Tybura. That's a good one. Lost Cyril Gane, give him that, or whatever. He beat Derek Lewis, but if you can not get punched by Derek Lewis by his Derek Lewis is like he's gonna knock you out, or if you get him to the ground or last, you'll either win a decision or submit him. Okay, Augusto Sakai, nothing great. Greg Hardy sucks. Sucked as a Dallas Cowboy. He sucks as a fighter. He just sucks. Okay, lost to Tom Aspinall. Interesting, because that's Antidelusia's main training partner. Antidelusia. Walking trouble, this guy. Except he doesn't. Thing is, Spivak got so much more experience. Antidelusia's only got the 2 fights. He beat Marcin Tybura, not by submission, but by knockout, round 1 from tonight. And then I told you about that mess with Walter Cortez Acosta. Jorgen De Castro in FNC beat him. Okay, this Valentin Moldavsky is not bad. He's all right. Beat Maurice Green. That's the crochet guy, but crochet master or some shit like that. Matisse Scheifeld. Renan Ferreira. That's a name. That's a name you like to see. Beat him. Okay, that's why I'm going to go with Antidelusia on this. I'm not entirely confident, but I will take him as my pick. You know, for shits and giggles, let's look at Antidelusia's Instagram quickly.
Let's do that.
Oh man, he's got a face only a mother could love. But oh look, the last spar. This is the whole team here. Look at old dude right here in the background. The old dudes are the coaches in the back. But these three, all 3 in these front, are all heavyweights. Let's see. Yeah. So he's getting it in training. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Antidelusia. I'll check out Polar Bear Spivak too, but when's the most recent training picture? Okay, this is at the UFC Apex 15 weeks ago. Okay. Anyway, let's check out Homeboy Spivak, Polar Bear. Check out his Insta. Okay. The Moldovan. Oh, he's got crisp, recent. Oh, no, it's not. 16 weeks. That's not recent. But how about this one? 126 weeks. Get out of here. Look, 126 weeks, people replying to it like it was yesterday, 5 hours ago. Go, Polar. When was this? 21 weeks ago, 28 weeks ago. There's no current. I like the black belt though. That's nice. But there's no current training from Polar Bear at all. These are all multiple weeks ago. So you got to imagine I don't know if he's been very active. If he has, he hasn't publicized it. Antidelusia has been. He publicized he was training with that, not Aspinall, but the other heavyweight that he got in that gym. Forgot his name. But yeah. Has there been comments? Am I messed up again?
Probably not. It might be a slow night, but it's okay.
All right. But anyway, yeah. So my pick is going to be Antidelusia. What are you thinking? Dave took Spivak too, by the way. But what are you thinking here? Real fight picks.
Man, I'm kind of crazy, bro. I made a wild $10 parlay, but I took Spivak because he was plus money. But the more and more I look at this, because I was kind of torn, I want to throw something out there that I noticed with Spivak. And, it's kind of messed up. It was one of the coldest things I ever seen in this sport. And they just, you know, it was when Tom Aspinall was on the up and coming, on the up and on the you know, it was like 6 years ago when he was fighting Spivak. Maybe it was even longer. And they asked him, like, "Are you afraid? This guy's in the top 10. Like, are you afraid of this guy?" And he goes, "The way I see it is you got the fastest heavyweight going against the slowest heavyweight." And he just left it at that. And it was messed up. And he came out and he just made Spivak look so slow. He made his words look so true. He made himself look like Conor McGregor, like Mystic Mac, you know, and it sucks, dude. I don't know what it is because you can see how slow. You could see Spivak thinking about what he's gonna do, and the only way he looks dominant is when he's fighting somebody where there's a huge gap in where there's a huge discrepancy somewhere, kind of like the Josiah Harrell and the Jacoby Smith fight, where Jacoby Smith's just a superior wrestler. I feel like Spivak needs to fight somebody who doesn't have the same type of skills. He needs to fight somebody like a Greg Hardy to look good. Honestly, the more that I think about this fight, the more that I realize I think I'm going to use Ante Delija as a little anchor. I definitely am going to use him in another parlay because Spivak has never won a fight where he didn't get at least one takedown. Sergey Spivak has never won a fight where he hasn't at least gotten one takedown. And I don't believe he's gonna get a takedown here because Ante Delija has been doing judo since he was 7. He's
How do you find this stuff out about since they're 7, since they're 3? Where do you find that info?
different like I like interviews, like the one with Yadier Del Val. I watched his
Yeah.
first interview and I learned where he lived at, and he talked about when he started MMA. But let me see. There were some accolades. I can't remember off the top of my head, but Delija is a huge judo player. Like he trained with like other world champions in judo, and to this day he does.
Yeah,
And
well, he is a Croatian, but he's kind of relatively new to the London training thing with Aspinall and them because he was from
here we
his
go.
regional scene.
Delija began his martial arts journey at age 7 in his hometown of Dubrovnik, Croatia, because judo was the only combat sport available to him at the time. He trained in it for 7 years. This early foundation is often visible in his ability to maintain balance and
Where are you reading
execute
that from?
throws from the clinch. Training with Preecaaap, he was Mirko Preecaap's protege,
That's
and he
awesome.
was his. Yeah, so I don't see Spivak getting a takedown. And this, if he wins, it would be the first time in like 14 fights that he's been able to win without getting a takedown. So by that method, I'm taking Ante Delija and I'm putting him in like he's one of my secure picks. I'm gonna put him in something because of that, I felt like I earned it.
All right. Moving on up the card. Next, we have a featherweight fight between 100K Dan Ige. Used to be 50K, but bonuses are changed. So 100K Dan Ige taking on the real Patchy Mix, Melchizal Costa. And there we go. Melk Costa got a little height advantage. Got the Dalmatian thing. He's playing on his patchy mix there. He's got his patch in his back, and his skin is all weird. But he's playing up to it. Miscolored hair and the Dalmatian. I like that. But Dan Ige, dude, this is going to be the toughest fight Melk Costa has ever had. All right, I'll tell you that straight up. Let's peer into their capologies and see what we got going on. 50K, that's not true anymore. It's changed to 100K Dan Ige or Dynamite Dan Ige, something I've heard. Milk, the Dalmatian, Melchizedek Costa, Dalmatian. It used to be just Milk, I think. But anyway, Dan Ige coming off a loss to Patricio Pitbull. Okay, whatever. Knocked out Sean Woodson, lost to Lerone Murphy, took one round though, did win a round against Lerone Murphy. Short notice, Diego Lopez, the same night. Remember, he came in, happened to be there, waited, and fought the same freaking night.
Oh,
Had zero
yes.
notice. Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah,
And
that was
he
crazy.
took a round. I think he won like the second round too, second round too. Took a round in that fight, and then before that beat Andre Field. You know what? Let's open it up a little bit. The Hawaiian, he's durable if he's from Hawaii. Okay, that's a thing, and it's a real thing. Okay, lost to Bryce Mitchell before the win against Andre Fili. Beat Nathan Train, beat Damon Jackson. Lost these three, which Korean Zombie, Josh Emmett, the hardest hitter at featherweight. Movsar Evloev, the deal with him now. Top 5, top 3, right? Movsar,
Yep.
top 3, isn't he?
Top 5 at
And
least.
Calvin Kattar. Calvin Kattar beat New England, the fighter, New England Cartel. That was 2020. Calvin Kattar was awesome. That was when he first came out. But look at this ring of green here. Love it. Edson Barboza, Mursad Bektik, Kevin Aguilar. These are all UFC fighters too. Danny Henry, who cares? Jordan Griffin, Mike Sandiego, who cares? But man, just the experience for Danny Ige, and he's always prime. He's going to fight for your money. He's not going to go in there just for a paycheck. Never does that. He always puts it in because that's the nature of the Hawaiian spirit and shit. Even though it's 19 double-digit losses, 10 losses, it's still good. And Melk, though, 25-7. And everyone's going against him because, see, the patchiness.
Skin color.
Yeah, for real. They can't seem to overlook that. But I have. I mean, let's look at his. Morgan Sherrier, that's that French kickboxer. Head kick knockout over a French kickboxer. That's all he does is kickboxing too, Morgan Sherrier. He don't know how to wrestle, nothing. Julian Erosa, Juicy J, you know that. Unanimous decision. Julian Erosa, he's well-rounded, good. C-Rod, Christian Rodriguez, unanimous decision. Andre Fili, guillotine choked him. Shailon Nurenbeke, rear naked choked him. He lost to Steve Garcia. Steve Garcia is underrated. I think Steve Garcia is freaking awesome, actually. Austin Lingo, he sucks. Thiago Moises, he's good. He's not great, but he's good. And this is back in 23 when he was still, this is his debut into the UFC. Debut. Keep that in mind. You got the jitters and all that. Before that, he was an LFA. He was never a belt holder, I don't think, a champ, but he did, he had a pretty strong record. He only lost to this guy, Italo Gomez or Gomes. And before that, he was in lesser, Thunder fights. That's a Brazilian regional scene. But, what the hell's with these bugs going? I got spring, or I don't know where these insects are coming from.
What's happening?
I had what's it called? Box elder bug. I'm walking across my Tapology printout. Anyway, so this is another coin flip. I'm going to go with Melk Costa only because he's been on this nice 5-fight win streak. He is the 2-1 favorite. Let's see what that looks like right now live. Yeah, minus 230 for Melk. That's what I'm going to have to take it because that's my pick. But Dan Ige is a good play, and I'm tempted to just hit this sucker right here, Dan Ige plus 3.5. Because Dan Ige is not going to go out. I think he might even win a round like he did against. You know what? I am going to do that. I'll take Dan Ige plus 3.5. I think it's going to go decision. I think Melk might win, but I think Dan Ige might get around just like he did against Lerone Murphy, just like he did against Diego Lopez. Both those guys, he took a round from both those guys. And I think he can do the same against Melk Patchy Mix Costa. So, and I already put a straight money line bet, parlay bet with Melk Costa. I did him singly and I put him in a parlay. But now I'm looking at this, looking through. I like Dan Ige to win one round. And who knows? He might even upset and win the fight. So, yeah, that's my pick is going to be my pick for Tapology is Melk Costa. But my bet, this is what I said early in the beginning. I said my picks and my bets might be different. My pick is Milk. My bet is Dan Ige plus 3.5. Oh, and Useless too. Useless likes Milk Costa too.
Here's the thing about UFC. Here's the thing about fighting that's different than like, basketball. Look at LeBron James. He's in his 87th
Brown.
year in the NBA and he's still averaging a fuck ton of points and he's still the best one out there on the court sometimes. And he's still the most athletic, most gifted one out in the court sometimes. And that's just how it is. He's looks better than Luka sometimes. And all that to say is it's different in the UFC. The line is much more fine, where experience, whether or not it's a positive or a negative, I'm not going to put any kind of money on a guy who I've seen go to war with 1995 Edson Barbosa and barely won. I still don't know who won that fight.
Are you seeing the
Dan Ige.
screen? This was 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Nope.
I mean, and
And
those
look
wins are serious wins.
This
I mean,
scrapping is real hard. This is hard. It's not like pity patty touch. They're
no.
they're giving full punches. This is like
Yeah, he's
going-
training, bro.
He
That's
got
what I
he
like
got
to
heavy
see.
gloves on, big gloves, but with a 10-ounce gloves, but still
Yeah.
they're he's
Yeah.
throwing elbows. This is training.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, I like
just
to
to be
see
fair
this.
though, we're gonna check out Dan Ige as
And
well,
look at
just to be
yeah.
just to be fair.
I mean, and come on, guys. I mean, come on. And this is going back to the Yadier Del Valle.
And you
that I
got to
made.
imagine Milk growing up with that skin condition. He's fought his whole life. All
Yeah,
the
I mean,
bullying and stuff. You got
yeah,
look
I
at
mean, but
even a
look
little
how
kid like that. Look at right there. He was already he's got to fight. Other just because that he got to fight because of his patchy skin.
bro, the UFC knows what it's doing, bro. It's reaching out to the disabled group now.
The
And they're gonna do it.
downtrodden.
Yeah, they're gonna do it through Melt Costa. I mean, he's got a built-in story.
He's the gateway.
The
Milk.
bully killer. He's
Milk
gonna
coffee. Milk
It-
coffee.
he's the people's champ. You know what I mean, for disabled people. And
see if
the
Dan Ige
UFC is
training.
smart. I mean, do you really think that they're going to take this guy with such a marketable look, who's leaning all the way into it, who's coming off some really, really good wins? I mean, Christian Rodriguez is no walk in the park. I don't know who would win that fight with Dan Ige and Christian Rodriguez.
2 days
And
ago,
Mo Costa
Dan
made it look
Ige.
easy.
2 days ago, Dan Ige is not training. He's posting pictures of his fam.
Oh no, look at that.
Yeah,
Look
beautiful family. Let's see you in the gym. What's this? Oh, that's just posing. Just poses. Not in the gym, just posing for the camera. Oh, posing. Let's see. Anything? A drawing. A young picture of him walking into the ring. Are there any training? I have yet to see training. Oh, what we got? Extreme Couture. This is 2 weeks ago. Okay, there's Eric Nixick right there. But this isn't training. He's messing around, playing fuck. Oh, look, they're imitating Kamzat's. Yeah, they're goofing off. Whereas Milk Costa was taking full-on punches and elbows. And man, he loves his wife. Loves her. 10 years married, 15 years together, still madly in love. Nobody cares about that shit.
Yeah, I could give a fuck.
When's this? 6 weeks ago. At least it's something. At least he's on the ground. At least he's rolling around. But yeah, I'm on Milk. Let's go. Milk.
Same here, man. I'm very confident. I got him
I like it.
and Delija. If they both win, then I will cash out like $88.
By the way, Dave is on Dan 100K Ige. And so is and I heard some cappers too. Who was it? Bookie Beatdown. I think at least one of them is on Dan Ige. There's been a couple others too.
You need to do a fade, Dave. We need to do Delija.
We will do a fade, Dave. Delija Costa. There was another one, that stupid one that Dave picked that we didn't. Oh, the Jean Paul against Phil Rowe. But anyway, we'll get to that after. We're almost done. We're at the co-main event. Moving on. Next, the co-main event. We've got Hands of Steel, Jeff Neal, 16-7, taking on the Medic, Uros Medic. He was 12-3 for Uros Medic. Jeff Neal, 16-7. Jeff Neal is a minus 218 favorite. You can have Uros Medic at plus 180 if you're brave enough to take plus money on Medic. So let's take a little deeper dive at these boys here. Starting with okay, Jeff Neal. First of all, Jeff Neal came out and said he used to have an alcohol problem. You know, he got pulled over, DWI with a handgun like a year ago. Remember that? And that, coincidentally, that was around Thanksgiving time. And coincidentally, he also had like some weird stomach problem during that when he got, I remember because I was fading him because he had like a gut problem with his guts, like his stomach. He had like a bad ulcer, something. I can't exactly remember the details, but there's a physical problem with his stomach. And I forget what it was, but that's at the same time, because at the same time he got pulled over with the gun and a DWI. But anyway, I guess he came out and said he's been clean, sober, hasn't drank in 3 months. Now we got to take his word for it, but if that's true, that's going to be a big deal. Hands of Steel. Okay, he is the home team, Dallas, Texas, whereas in Uros Medic, the Serbian is fighting from Alaska. And Alaska, their regional scene, I know, is like the worst. Horrible. You know who came out of there? That Beverly Hills Ninja guy. What's his name?
Jordan Wright?
Jordan Wright. Right? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sucks. Horrible. Oh, one good fighter did come out of there. The big, what's his name? Heavier black guy, Cannonier, Jared Cannonier.
Okay.
He's out of Alaska. He's like the only good fighter besides Uros Medic to come out of the Alaska scene. But anyway, Uros Medic here is coming off back-to-back wins. He beat Gilbert Urbina. Nothing great. And an old Muslim Salikov. Okay, that knocked out your boy, what's his name? Who did he knock out that we just talked about earlier? Luis Guerrero.
Carlos Leal.
Carlos Leal. I knew it was one of those dorks. But he lost to Punahele Soriano. We spoke about that. Punahele knocked his ass out. Tim beat Dirty Bird Tim Means and old Tim Means. Look at 33-15 Tim Means. And he lost to Mike Tigback Oralby, one of the weird hat guys. But Oralby is good. 11-1-1 at that time. I think he still is that good. Okay. Now let's look at Hands of Steel Jeff Neal. And I do want to check his Instagram, see if, because he claims he's been sober for 3 months, and that is a big deal. Okay, he got knocked out, spinning back elbow for Carlos Pratas. That's the only time Jeff Neal's been knocked out, I'm pretty sure. Let's take a look. He's got 2 losses by knockout. One of them was that Carlos Pratas spinning back elbow, and we're going to find out what the other one is. Ian Machado Gary, split decision with Ian Gary. Split decision. Oh, I saw a clickbait said Ian Gary's twice as evil as Epstein. I just want to throw that out there. It's awesome. Ian Gary, twice as evil as Epstein. But perverts are perverts. What are you going to do? Okay, he lost to Shavkat Rakhmonov. Top tier. Both these losses, all 3 of these losses. Carlos Pratas, Machado Gary, Shavkat Rakhmonov. Okay. He beat RDA. He beat Vicente Luque, Ponzinibbio. Lost to Neil Magny. And look, 2021. This is when he was like weird just stomach shit going on, bad blood. It was something. It was something. And it was kind of serious too. And the gun charge, driving drunk, whatever. Wonder Boy beat him. He beat Mike Perry, Nico Price. Bilal, remember the name Muhammad. He beat Bilal Muhammad. Unreal. Frankie Camacho, great. Okay. Oh, Kevin Holland's the only other fight and that was 2017 in XKO. He knocked him out. So he's got 2 knockout losses, one from Kevin Holland and one from a spinning back fist of Carlos Prates. Okay. I think Jeff Neal is going to handle Uros Medic. Uros Medic is going to be the toughest test he's ever faced. And I'm going to show you how. Muslim Salikov, old. Gilbert Urbina sucks. Punahele beat him. Tim Means, old and never really better than middling. He was okay, though. I liked him as a guy. Matt Semmelsberger, nothing great. Semi the Jedi. Omar Morales, I don't even remember. I think he's a Venezuelan fighter. Is it? Yes, Venezuelan fighter, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he was garbage. He was just a straight striker, kickboxer.
Look, he changed his name too. It used to be Venezuelan fighter. Now it's Resilient. Resilient my ass. Yeah, Venezuelan fighter. That's what his name used to be. Venezuelan fighter. Oh, look, karate. Boxing. Mm-hmm. He knows. Couldn't hang in the UFC. Went to karate combat, just like all the other losers that drop out of the UFC. That's where they go. Karate combat, I think it's very entertaining, karate combat. I like it. But anywho, okay, Jalen Turner, that's the tarantula, good. Elon Cruz. Look at he's got a nice resume here. But it's not as good as Jeff Neal's. Nowhere near. His best win is Tim Means. Is Tim Means the best win? No. Muslim Salikov, I guess. But that happened November. This past November, Muslim Salikov, what's his age? 41. I knew it. 41 years old, Muslim Salikov. So, yeah, I'm taking Jeff Neal here. And like I said, I do want to check out his Instagram because I want to see if I don't know. It's hard to go through the holidays as a sober non-drinker when you used to drink all the time. You know what I mean? He's also, this is home team too. Fortis MMA. He's going to have Saeed in the corner. Look at Vicente Luque in this picture. Awesome. Oh, wow. Oh, hands of steel. Oh.
Hey, show us. I want to see it. Show us.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Okay, look at hands of steel against Vicente Luque. Oh, I like the watching with the replay. Watch, he does these like 3 uppercuts in a row right here. Watch. Oof. 4 of them in her 5, 6, 7. That had to be they just kept replaying that. But still awesome. Jeff Neal. Awesome. Okay. And look, Jeff Neal battled right here. Jeff Neal battled addiction 5 years while being in the UFC. And this was 4 days ago. 4 days ago, he posted this, and he's claiming he's been sober for 3 months. If that's the deal, I'm definitely taking him. What's the line? -218. Yes. The Darkest Night. He's pretty dark. Yep. So what are you thinking about this one, bud?
If it was different, we're professionals here, you know what I mean? And I just got to watch myself, he's a pretty significant favorite in Jeff Neal.
Are that the top of his girl's nipples poking out right there?
Hopefully. I need to
look at it. See them?
Save that one for later. Yeah.
But anyhow, that in downstairs computer, spank bank computer, Shavkat.
Yeah. It's the same thing.
I agree.
I think I used for a fighter. I'm not sure which one off the top of my head. I had a lot of marijuana, but he got knocked out in August 6 months ago. I mean, Volk is an outlier, and even Volk came back too soon when he fought Islam the second time, coming off a knockout against, I think it was Ilya Taporia. So that's my problem. I mean, it's great that he's sober. I believe him, 3 months, but like that's the thing is like, what about all those 5 years that he was cutting weight and partying, like because he's sober now, all that stuff didn't happen and hasn't took a toll on him. All those fights he was in barely, could have been something better. Is that why he lost to Neil
Eurosmedic
Magny?
is not doing that to Jeff Neal. He's not doing
Here's the
that.
thing though, people are looking like, I feel like the kind of credit Euros is getting is people are looking at him like he's CM Punk and he's gonna fight somebody with some skills. He's gonna get steamrolled. Like I don't think I think Neil's better. Do I think Neil gets him out of there right away in the first round because he's better? I don't know. I don't think so. Does Neil get out of there unscathed? Why would he? I mean, I think Uros Medic is, people need to put some respect on his name. He's going to go out there and he's going to last past the first round. This is not CM Punk. He's an actual fighter. Put some respect on his name. You know what? Give me Uros Medic. I know he's going to win.
Amazing. Okay.
Give me Uros
Amazing. Eurosmedic. Look at he don't even train with anybody.
Look at that. Look at that move right there. I never even seen something like that. That's a new workout.
Yeah, with nobody. Look at his balls hanging.
Look at that.
What
the rings? That's Olympic stuff. That's the Olympics. He's in the Olympics.
For what?
Look at that. He caught himself, bro. Olympics? You try that. He caught himself before he touched the ground with his arms.
Oh what? Let me see him punch somebody or wrestle.
Look at that. Push that. What is that?
You know who can do that? Carly Judice can do that. Who gives a shit? Let's see
Watch this.
fight.
He catches himself. Watch this.
Climbing a rope and pulling himself up with the rings. And look at that gay shit. Look at.
Ooh.
Oh man, yellow gay ball. Give me my gay yellow ball. I got to do that move. Come on, it's just gay.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, That's the only training. His only training, not even with anybody. Just might as well at least cut JP Bays. Is he available to train with you?
I'm gonna do a Zach Reese, Uros Medic, White Lives Matter.
Oh look, this was April of last year. He had a training partner. 37 weeks ago.
Look at his defense right there. He's looking like Floyd Mayweather right there. Let's go.
Yeah.
Looking like Shakur Stevenson.
Unbelievable. All right. Okay. Moving on to the main event. What everybody's been waiting for. We got Sean Strickland, 29-7, taking on Fluffy Hernandez. Anthony Hernandez, 15-2. He comes in as a heavy favorite. Look at the nice skull work right here. Look at the hair. That's prime haircut. Oh, the tattoo attached to it. Oh, there he is. Hey, buddy. How was your hand job? Good? Sweet. So yeah.
Hydrate?
I know. Hopefully you gave her beer after she's done at least. So Sean Strickland, 29-7. He's plus 230. Let's see the betting odds. Share this tab. Oh, I'm sorry. Jeff Neal. Money line. That's right. Okay. So Sean Strickland, plus 235. Value plus 9.5 points on a five round fight, but still the value lies in Sean Strickland. However, Anthony Hernandez minus 290. I don't care for that. I might take him inside to finish. That'd be minus 110. But I'm not going to get greedy. I'm just going to take him on the regular. Anthony Hernandez, 15-2. You guys know his deal. He's very aggressive. Where is it? Share this tab again. Fucking awesome haircut. Look at fresh. That's fresh. That was done like yesterday or this morning or something. It's aggressive. Let's check out his tap. It's Tapology. And these ones I will look at their Instagrams as well because it's the main event and I'm interested. I'm leaning. I am taking Fluffy, but if I was to, the value play is in Sean Strickland, and this is what I've heard. He's been rocking with Magomed Ankalaev wrestling, and he's been doing it well. He's out wrestling. From what I heard, he's out wrestling Magomed Ankalaev. Whether that's, and that was from Eric Nixick. But the thing is, Eric Nixick in the same interview said he doesn't, his fight IQ sucks. He doesn't want to wrestle. Like when he fought right here, when he fought Alex Pereira, right there, the game plan that Eric Nixick gave him was to take him down and wrestle him. But did he? No. He stood there flat-footed like an idiot, getting punched in the face. And you see the outcome. Left hook, round 1. Okay. Jared Cannonier, speaking of the Alaskan black guy, told you, one good guy from Alaska, not Ural Smedic. But, yeah. Let's see who he's beat. Nasruddin Imavov, that was a great win. Great win. Abus Magomedov, who cares? Izzy, of course, great win. That's when he got the belt, right here, one belt. Lost at the fight afterwards to Dricus. Then he beat Paulo Costa, who's nothing right home about, And the rematch, lost again to Dricus. Anthony Hernandez, though, is more aggressive than all these guys. And his cardio, they both have fantastic cardio. That's why I think it's going to probably go all 5 rounds. What's the over-under on this quick? Over-under is, okay, under 4.5 rounds plus money, 145. Over 4.5 is minus 188. So even the bookies think it's going to go over. But let's look at Anthony's resume quick. Oh, look at the green. When's the last time he lost? 2020, he lost to Kevin Holland. 2020, round 1, 40 seconds. Since then, this is when he submitted the black belt hunter, Rodolfo Vera. Okay, Josh Fremd, nothing great. Power bar, nothing great. Edmund Shabazian, nothing great. But still, win, doing what he's got to do. Roman Kopylov, rear naked choke, performance of the night, fantastic win. That one I was on the fence too. I don't usually go against Fluffy. None of these fights I did, except for Roman Kopylov. I was kind of on the fence. I thought maybe, Michel Pereira, okay, he's on this card. Brendan Allen, great win. And most recently, Roman Dolidze, rear naked choke, round 4, fantastic win for Fluffy. So now, yeah, I'm going to go with Fluffy, but I don't blame you for putting money on Strickland because the value is there. And let's see if we can see some recent training. What is this? Oh, that's the Schmo guy. And there's Anthony. There he's training for real. Schmo just happens to be training at the same place. Okay, so there's that. This is just posing. It's a past fight interview. And okay, it's Fluff Hernandez. What can you say? Oh, loves the bud. What is that? I don't know what that is, but whatever. All right, now, just to be fair, we gotta look at. I'll tell you how it goes, guys. If you're gay, you suck dick. And if you're straight like me, you don't suck dick, and it's fucking Sean Strickland's like, I don't know. Thing is, it's not like profile isn't available. What do you mean? Oh, there it is. All right. Here's a training picture from 12 hours ago. Wait, what? Yeah, 12 hours ago. Oh, this is just a compilation, but he does have some training in there. I like that. I don't see him with a singlet on, though. And you know what? I will say, Strickland, he outstrikes almost all his opponents. That even in the losses. Oh, right here. I want to hear this so bad because this is where he talks about being like if you're gay and shit, and if you're gay, you come out as a hockey player, you're gonna get beat up. He had like there's a whole thing, like a whole short on him doing all that crap. Oh, look,
I
Edmund
mean, his
Shabazz.
take like on the Super Bowl, like he was calling Bad Bunny, gay in the
Yeah,
derogatory sense, and he kept calling him like it's like Bad Bunny caught some strays because like he's smart enough to know that when you strip it down, it's basically a kid who got an opportunity who
here's the
took
thing,
it.
guys. Would you rather box a black guy or a
You
Mexican?
know,
The important
he's
question we
blaming
ask
Bad Bunny
ourselves
as
are
if
what?
Bad Bunny hired himself, to go on there, and he's, calling him out about being gay. And then in the same note, he says, "Oh, well, it doesn't matter if you're gay." Well, like it doesn't bother him. Like, well, does it bother you or does it not bother you? Because you're acting like it bothered you when Bad Bunny was doing the performance, and then you're saying it doesn't bother you and do what you want. But then trans is worse, and that's the one that he draws the line at. And he got rage baited though, but that's Sean Strickland.
Ooh, whoever he's training with was beating him right there. Michelle Pajeda? Is that Michelle Pajeda? Well, he was out striking
Yeah.
him. It is, and look at that. Really? Then he quits. You don't post that shit on there. Michelle Pajeda outstruck you in sparring practice. Let's just kick that back and watch it one more time. Can we do that? Because that just opened my eyes to it. Watch. So this is sparring, but still, Michelle Pajeda out strikes him. Okay, there's a slip there. I know he's got the headgear on, so he's kind of like, oh, threw a flying knee. But look, he wobbles him too. Like, and this is sparring too. So he's probably throwing 40%, 50%, whatever. Oh, look at right there. It's a little wobble. Unreal. All right. So yeah, my pick is gonna definitely be Anthony Hernandez. And yeah, I've not much more to you can see why. You can see why. But real fight picks. What are you gonna do? Here's the thing. Michelle Pajeda, he's been boxed for a long time. And my card, I'm just out of breath right here. Michelle, he's from Brazil. I don't care that he's a foreigner or nothing. He come over and I trained with him at whatever. Fuck him. All right. Go ahead.
Every UFC fighter, especially the guys, could fuck me up. Every UFC fighter could beat me up. But if there was two choices, like if I had a couple choices and I had to pick two guys that I wouldn't mind taking my chances against, it would be these two chumps right here, Sean Strickland and Anthony Hernandez. They're a couple of pussies. They both try to act tough and they're not. Anthony Hernandez is on here talking about how he didn't know who Tom Brady was. You know what I mean? He didn't know who President Trump was. He's just so
he's
focused.
Mexican.
He's just so dialed in. Like, calm down, bro. Like, you're doing the most. You might as well start listening to corridos while you're doing like interviews so you could show the whole world like how fucking like blockheaded you are. Like it's some kind of like, merit. And then you got, Sean Strickland, Mr. Like, I'm a loose cannon, but then I'm a crybaby when you talk about my dad raping me. Like, bro, that's like documented. You're not a tough guy, dude. You're soft, bro. So, like I said, dude, I wouldn't be scared of these guys if I see them in an alley. I wish I had that opportunity. If you hear this, guys, you guys want to spar sometime, bro, send me the location. with all that said, I'm going to take Anthony Hernandez.
All right, Dave.
How good is Strickland's new ground game?
I heard he's been whipping on Magomed Ankalaev. I heard that, but I haven't seen nothing. I'm going by what I hear.
Yeah.
So that's just hearsay. You know what I mean? But that's supposedly that's what he's been doing. But look, as I mentioned earlier before, when you were still getting your handy, the Alex had a fight. He was supposed to go in with a game plan of wrestling. And what he do? He didn't wrestle at all. He stood there and got just flat-footed. Didn't even have any good footwork or nothing, and just got beat by it. And then like a week later, he's training with him. Well, if I can't. Here's the thing, guys. He beat me. I can't beat him, so I figured I'd train with him. You know, he's got better striking than me. I should have wrestled, but I'm an idiot. I don't know if I can how to game plan. And that's how he did it. But yeah, Sean Strickland sucks. Or he doesn't suck, but he doesn't suck. But I'm taking Fluffy for sure. So we're all on Fluffy, right? Do you want to show stats or something, Dave? No.
If you want, I can.
Whatever. Oh yeah, you know what? I kind of want to see him. I want to see the volume and shit. I want to see who wins volume and takedowns, whatnot.
All right. Strike land per minute, 5.95 versus 4.59. So
See, I mentioned that. Sean Strickland out volumes everybody, but he still lose a decision because
he takes a lot though. I mean, he gives up a lot of his defense when he like moves forward, and he gets countered a lot. So he does have 4.57 striking absorbed compared to 2.53. So just a little bit more refined for Anthony Hernandez. On the ground is where like I'm worried about. It's if this does go on the ground and fucking Strickland falls on his back and kind of gets abused. 0.73 versus 6.46. I mean, Fluffy's comfortable on the ground. Been there lots against some pretty heavy duty opponents. Takedown defense is 76% for Strickland. Takedown accuracy only 48%. But Sean's gonna have to fucking just move forward the whole fucking time and keep Hernandez on his back feet. I just don't think that's gonna happen. At some point in time, he's gonna be able to counter, take down, control. I see Sean Strickland being a big bully. I don't see him bullying Anthony Hernandez. I just don't see it. So I wish I could, but yeah, I don't think Sean's got on this one.
Ooh, did you guys see the 4-leg parlay I put in the chat tonight about the Cavs, the over on the Portland game? And I hit it. What else was it? Under on the Miami Atlanta? And who did I pick? Oh, Sadiq Bey. All four of them hit. Bam!
Nice. Good job, homie.
Cheers. The only bets I made today.
I have put no bets on the Olympics. I probably should.
I did that. Yeah, Canada versus Finland too. I won that. And I took the over in America versus Slovakia over 5.5 goals, and that they had 8 total. Well, 6 for the U.S. and Slovakia had 2.
Who's picking the gold medal game on the hockey?
I'm not betting it. I know who I'm rooting for, but I'm not betting it because I don't know.
Oh, I'm rooting for somebody, but that's not who I'm betting for.
That's how, dude. This show today, I did the same thing on a lot. Rooting for some people, I'm not betting on them.
Our hockey team is not playing well.
Well, somebody got Crosby is out.
Right? Yeah, Crosby's out. Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, so that's a big deal.
We still have like really good players, but guess what? They're all NHL players. They're all
same with
professionals. US. They're all fucking the top. Like it doesn't like right now. You're fucking splitting hairs, and I don't know. I'm kind of liking the dog on this one. We've had a couple. rough game.
So, share screen. I just want to show where I'm at with this real quick. Okay, so my whole I picked 13. The only fight I didn't pick was the Carly Judice one because I'm not picking a minus 800 girl. But everybody else is in there. Yeah, I didn't bet this one. So every other fight I did put a bet on. Plus Jordan Levitt plus money. Plus points. Well, hopefully. Phil Rowe, Punahele, Jocelyn, Korea, O'Day, which that's the one I'm still sketchy about. Chidi, Michelle Pajeda, Jacob Smith, Ante Deluja, Dan Ige. And so everything all done, 13 leg parlay. If I was to I'll put $10 on that, it would win $12,900. But the chances of that hitting are very rare. So I'm only gonna put $5 on it. I don't need to be greedy and win 6,400. So there's that. $5 to earn 6,000. That's perfect parlay if I get every single fight right. And a lot of these are plus points too. But anyway, now we have to make our 3-leg parlay. So Dave, I'm going to let you put yours Bet365 back up there, and because Bet365 usually has better odds. I don't know why. Maybe but it does. So you put yours back up if you could.
Yep.
And we're going to make our 3-leg, and this is going to be tough because we're separate on a lot of them. Okay. We don't do girl fights, but we're all on Judy's.
All right.
Me and you are taking Jordan Levitt, but and real fight picks, I don't blame you. Minus 410 Yadier Davale. Okay. Unproven.
11-0. And still undefeated.
And still unproven. All right. Then Dave is taking Jean-Paul Levos Noyani, where me and Real Fight Picks, we're on Phil Rowe, the veteran experience, the 8-inch reach advantage, 4-inch height advantage, keeping the shit on the outside, outstriking them, fantastic boxer with a black belt to boot.
I didn't analyze this fight, so I'm okay if you guys want to switch this one. I'm okay with Phil Rowe. Just put it out there.
Let's keep going with what we got. All right, we're all on Punahele Soriano. He's making it minus 110. It's good odds. We're all on him. Let's go. We're all on Jocelyn Edwards, but we don't put in girl fights. We're all on Alden Correa, but he's minus 395. Can't do that. We're split on the Ode Osborne Alibi. I took Ode, but I don't like it. And Real Fight Picks put Alibi, whatever. Idiris. Now, we're all on plus money, Chidi and Jaquani. And I'm comfortable putting that plus money on him because Carlos Leal, I think, is a bag of steroids.
Shit.
He's like a box of Wheaties. You know, it's built. He's got the back knee. He's got the veins popping. And I don't know if they're gonna let him take that juice. So, Chidi and Jaquani, I put a star by that one. Zach Reese, Michelle Pajeda. Real Fight Picks, did we make a t-shirt bet on that?
Yeah, we sure did.
All right. Yeah. Real Fight Picks took Zach, the garbage Reese, and I took Michelle, the phenomenal Pajeda. I don't know. I forget their Demolidor. Zach Reese's nickname is what? Shitty? Zach
American
Shitty
Cowboy.
Reese? Is it? Tell me that's not. You're making that up.
I don't know.
That's so cringy if it is. We're all on Jacoby Smith, but he's minus 325, so that's probably not doing. Dave's on Sergey Spivak, and me and Real Fight Picks are on Ante Deluja. Dave is on Dan 100K Dynamite E-Gay, which I don't
Oh,
blame him.
God.
I told you I don't blame. That's a decent value, good value bet. Milk Costa is going to have his hands full, but I think those patchy hands be able to piece up Dan Ige too.
And by the way, guys, I'm not betting on Dan Ige. I don't like Costa.
That's your pick. I know. You're not betting.
I've lost so much money on him that I'm not betting on him again. What am I gonna do? Like, you know what? I probably should. This is the Baccarat fucking double up.
Hey,
Probably should.
plus 190. Plus 190. Okay, I'm the only one taking Jeff Neal. I don't know what you guys are thinking. Where Euros Medi, you know, Jeff Neal's been sober for 3 months. He quit drinking and drugging.
That's a problem.
Problem
And
for
it
Euros
could
Medi.
like lose his edge.
No, I don't think so. I think he's keyed in, zoned in, sober. Clarity. Sobriety equals clarity. So, and then we're all on Fluffy, but we don't put main events in. So we got to find one more, either that or we're going to put a chalky one in. We have Punahele and Chidi.
I think we put Fluffy in there.
Main event.
Make an exception. And then, okay, so we're all on Soriano. So Soriano's in.
Yep.
Correa.
What's it? We're all on him, but look at it. It's minus 350.
Yeah, it's not good. We're all on Chidi.
Yep. Right.
We're all
yes,
on
we're all on. Are we all on prayer? No. Real Fight Picks taking Zach Reese. I got a T-shirt bet against him.
He's on a 5-fight, 79 fight losing streak, Michel Pereira, and I would never put money on him. I'm not saying I want to throw Chidi in there, as one of our.
All right.
I think that's it right there. I like that one right there.
I'm left with Soriano, Chidi, and Hernandez for plus 446.
I like it. Let's do it. So we got Fluffy minus 290 on my books. I can't believe you guys are taking Euros Medic. He's from Alaska, you know.
I can't believe Dave is on Dan Ige.
Why? I told you I take a Dan Ige plus points.
It's gonna be.
He took a round from Diego Lopez on 1 day notice, not a 2 hour notice. He took a round from Diego Lopez. He took a round from Lerone Murphy. He lost both those by decision, but he won a round. That's why I took him plus 3.5. If he loses to Milk, it's going to be by decision. So that's why I'm taking. I took Ige plus 3.5. I do have straight bet on Milk too, but whatever. What did we say? We got Anthony Hernandez, Punahele Soriano, and what was the other one? Chidi Andraquani?
Yeah.
Yep.
Chidi Bang Bang. There he is. Plus money. Plus 130. So yeah, 490 DraftKings. Okay.
There you go. You're better than me.
Yep. And I will throw 20 on that to win me 118. That's modest. That's good. Nothing crazy. My full card parlay will win me $6,000 from $5. That's much better. But but the chances of that hitting are very slim. Okay, so let's see. View my bets. Copy paste. Okay. Copy. Put it over here. UFC Mexico next week too. Useless says. Fantastic.
Ooh.
You know what shirt you're wearing for that, don't you? Real Fight Picks.
Yeah, I'm wearing UFC Noche. You could best believe it. I gotta throw it in the washer and I'm gonna iron it and put some starch. And I'll be here ready to go with bells on. I'm looking forward to it. Useless. I'm so glad that you stayed for the whole show, bro. Like, it's an honor to have
He left and came back.
No, that's not true.
Yes,
it's an honor to have somebody of your stature, of your notoriety, to come to our show. It's humbling and it makes it it's kind of surreal, to be honest with you. I can't really
Can you
comprehend
verbally
it, but I
suck his dick
appreciate it.
anymore? Real fight picks. So
I'm just trying to find
there you
some
plus money junkie parlay, 3 picks,
some sincere
490. You
words.
got Anthony Hernandez, Soriano, and Chidi Bang Bang. I like it. And look at rubbing elbows. At first, the cartoon, I thought that was like wieners.
Love that. What?
What?
Can we?
That was wieners.
I mean,
thought
can
it was
two?
Ramiz Brahimaj's hat.
That was a good one. His little salad bowl hat.
Where is it?
Fucking
Oh,
guy.
there it is.
I can't believe I flipped that one to Soriano, but you made some good points. Ramiz is too, as much as he's a specialist, I hate that shit too at the same time. I don't like that Ryan Hall shit.
Look at that hat. Tell me that's not that
Oh
a
my
head
God.
condom.
Stop.
That looks like a baby's beanie.
Well, Punahele wants to laugh at him, but he's biting his tongue, so he's not. So
He's wearing his hat from birth.
That's my cereal bowl. Fill that shit up, Fruit Loops.
Damn.
All
dude,
right, guys.
too
So
much.
next week, wait, what time is this tomorrow? Is this regular time? It's in Houston.
I guess there's
5
like 8
o'clock.
or 9 straight weeks. It's just like this is the beginning of the 2026 UFC year. You know, we're gonna lose football, but we're gonna gain MMA. So I'm very excited. Excited for
What do you
all the
mean you're gonna
shows.
lose football? What are you talking about?
College football, NFL,
Look,
soccer
yeah,
too. I
next
mean, who watches soccer? Soccer's not popular at all.
Next week is Brandon Moreno versus Lonier Kavanaugh. That's what a good fight. Moreno, of course, is the hometown, Mexico City, Mexico. Who else is on this card? Marlon Vera, David Martinez, good fight. Bobby King Green's back against Dan Zellhuber. About that one. Edgar Chavez, Felipe Bunes, a new kid never heard of, Emmanuel Rodriguez. Ooh, Angel Pacheco.
Hey, what about that guy, that Mexican Pete Davidson?
Oh, Funky Cole Jose Medina.
Okay. All right.
Aylin Perez, big booty girl.
Oh man. Yes.
What other?
I heard they took down her
Ernesta
OnlyFans.
Carrot Cake is on here. She's horrible. But she's gonna beat this other girl though. Never heard of her, Sofia Montenegro. We got debutantes. We got new people. Never heard of them. Bunch of them.
Love it.
But it'll be interesting. So yeah, thanks for chat, tuning in and everything. Fantastic, good show. Dave, thanks for coming back after your little handy. That was fun. And
I apologize. I apologize.
That's right.
You know, you gotta, if she's,
Thank you,
you know,
Useless, for showing your love.
nature calls.
I joke with you, Useless. You know I appreciate you. But I joke because Real Fight Picks is gay for you for some reason. Probably because, you know,
A little bit.
he's got that streak of Epstein in him. And he knows that you're
real recognizes real. You know what I mean? He's gonna be great, and I just wanted to be. You know, it's like getting a rookie card of, you know, Victor Wemby. What's his name? Wemby.
Maybe
It's like getting a rookie card. You know, I'm just appreciating it. I'm giving it its flowers. You know, before everybody else. That's all. You guys will be on the bandwagon.
Asked you to be a special guest on his show.
I could. Maybe one day, you know, I'm crossing my fingers. I'm not going to beg, you know what I mean? I just, you know,
Bud. Chris Matino is fighting next week. Chris Matino.
He's great. He's good.
He is great.
He got robbed.
He can take a beating.
A decision against Sean O'Malley.
Early stoppage. He was coming for the knockout too.
He could have got him.
He had a bet on the under. That's what
took it out of his hands.
All right, guys. All right, it's 1 o'clock here. It's an hour past my bedtime. So good night, boys. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the chat tomorrow. I'll chat through all these fights. It'll be fun. All right.
Sounds good. Good night,
All right.
fellas. Good night, chat.
Good night. Later.
Good luck.